All right, we are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the very first RepliFest, which is our very first official community event for Replicube, my new weird game that recently came out, where well, look at the screen here. You play in a weird old OS, and you make weird voxel objects with maximum nerdiness. Um, I'm excited. We have a fun event planned today. As you can see already on the screen here, we have 9 competitors who are just waiting for things to get started. Before we jump into the action, though, let me show the game a little bit real quick. And also, let me introduce my co-commentator, Patrick. Do you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Hey everyone, I'm Patrick. I'm gonna be helping Wahlberg commentate today. I'm super excited. And also, we just got a raid from Jotson right at the start.
All right, let's go.
So thanks,
Thank you,
Jotson, for the
Jotson.
raid.
If anyone doesn't know
Welcome
Jotson,
everyone.
yeah, Jotson is a really, really amazing game dev streamer here on Twitch. Normally, if you're on this channel, I'm normally also just working on my video games. Feel free to stop by in the future if you want to see that. And Patrick does the same. And Patrick did not properly introduce himself as the developer of Patrick's Parabox, probably one of the greatest nerdy puzzle games of all time. So we have nerd puzzle royalty here helping us commentate today's festivities. So thank you so much
Well,
for
thanks.
for
I'm
joining.
honored to be. Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm honored to be a royal nerd.
Yes, thank you.
My Twitch username is PatrickGH3, and I also stream game development most of the time.
That's what I forgot. I meant to put it on the screen somewhere, and I did not do that. Maybe we can during the break. I can try and make a little change or something. All right. So real quick, what is this? What is this game we're playing? So this game's called Replicube. It's a little bit like, what if somebody really liked Picross or sort of visual puzzles? So you can see here, see this tic-tac-toe board. This is an example puzzle. It's like, hey, replicate this. See, Replicube, replicate things made out of cubes, Replicube. So there's this like tic-tac-toe board, and I need to replicate it. Right now, I just have this giant red X here. And the way you replicate it is by writing code over here. So essentially, you're writing like a tiny little program, and when that program is executed, produces or replicates the target object. And so you can just kind of combine math and logic to make little shapes and stuff. You can see there's a palette of colors down here. So all you're really trying to do is, for each voxel, return the right color. So like here you can see this one starts with this little red X, but it's way too big. We only need the red X in the center here. So we could change this around and say, by the way, if, for example, X is less than or equal to 1 in size. And then there I was able to sort of constrain this. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's like extruded into oblivion here. So we might be like, oh, by the way, also this whole puzzle, all we care about is where Z is equal to 0. So maybe up at the top here, I could just say like, if Z does not equal 0. Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. Lua does use a funny little tilde symbol for not equals. We could just say like return. And then now, no matter what I do down here, we're going to eliminate all the voxels that aren't on this Z equals 0 plane. And then, I would keep going to try and solve it. I'm not going to solve the whole thing here, but you might imagine, let's try and make the tic-tac-toe board. So you could say something like, where is this? It's at X equals 2. So you could say if X equals 2, then turn white. And then we get a line there, but we want a line on both sides. It's -2. So I could say or X equals -2 and get both sides like that. Or I could realize that 2 and -2 are really similar. They're just a distance of 2 from, away from 0. So I could say, give me the absolute value of X, which is how far is X away from 0 on the number line. And now I've sort of collapsed that. And so some of the fun of the game is finding ways to sort of elegantly find clever ways to describe an object, either through math or through logic. And so then here we could say, or abs y equals 2, and now we've got, most of the puzzle. I just have to figure out how to make the green circles. All right, so that's the game. And then we're going to have 2 different events today. One is going to be a speed solve tournament. That's what we're going to start with. We're calling it the blind solve because I recruited 3 talented members of our community to make brand new objects that no one has seen before. And our 9 competitors, let me switch over so we can see tremendous number of competitors we have here. Boop, boop. Our 9 competitors are going to see who can solve this object first. And they're going to have 15 minutes to solve each object. The first thing to do is to race to try and just replicate the object at all. And then with any time remaining, they can try to optimize their solutions because there's a leaderboard for every object. And the leaderboard, actually I can show that. The leaderboard for any given object has 2 metrics. Code size, which is basically how much code did you use? And it counts not actual characters, but tokens. So long variable names and short variable names count the same kind of thing. So minimizing code or minimizing execution cost, which is cycles. And at the end of the time, we'll actually use these 2 metrics to also award points. So players not only want to try and solve the puzzle as fast as they can, but also optimize it for one or both of these metrics with the time they have remaining. All right, so without further ado, what we're going to do is I'm going to post the object to the in-game share system right now, and that's how everyone is gonna get it. Go back here. All right, now my other computer here, I'm all ready to go, so I'm posting. Okay, the object is up, so everybody refresh CubeNet and look for Strawberry Cracker, which is the brand new object. Okay, this is going to be our round 1 object. We'll let everyone have a chance to load it up on their screens here. Okay, let's see. Has everybody got it? Not quite yet. Boggle has a pineapple, tiny lemon on their screen right now. And also looks like, we don't have a name on this one. Who's our one person without a name? Not sure.
Let's see.
We have process
looks like everyone has a
elimination.
name. 1, 2. Oh, I see what you mean.
I think I can set a label over here if we can work out.
I think that's Larzipan, who doesn't have a name set in the stream, perhaps.
Thank you. Yeah, okay, so if everybody, we'll fix that while we're going here. So it looks like everyone has had a chance to look at the object now. So we're gonna start a 15-minute timer. And we're gonna do this. Is everybody kind of ready-ish over here on the voice chat?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'm super excited to see everyone go for quick solve and also cycles and code size. Yeah, everyone please post in we have a Discord chat here for all the contestants, or off the stream here, so we're waiting to see everyone post that they're ready there.
It looks like pretty much everybody's ready. I know there's a way for me to set this label, but I'll figure it out while we're going.
Everyone pick who you're going to root for.
All right, so let's let our very first RepliFest Summer 2025 blind solve round 1 begin in 3, 2, 1, go! All right,
go.
It's happening. It's happening. Okay.
All right. So these contestants have 15 minutes to first solve it and see who solves it first, and then they have time to optimize after they have replicated the strawberry cracker here.
Yeah, which you can see is a deceptively simple looking object. You know, like it's not got like a ton of elements. It's not got like a million different pieces. So everybody's going to be kind of, first of all, just trying to work out the shape of this thing, I think is probably step 1. There's 2 major elements here, right? The shape of this thing, and then those little sort of indent marks you can see that have kind of a pretty clear pattern to them. So there's going to be a question of just working out the logic for that as well.
Yeah, so in the top right of everyone's screen, you can see the strawberry cracker. In the bottom right, that's what they currently have. So you can see some people have white cubes. They're trying to first mold it, and then some people have colorized it now to be the color of the cracker.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, let's see. Is everybody off to kind of a quick start here? Yeah, like for example, here we can see Casper's already got we got a rectangle, we got the colors, you know.
Wow, off to a great start, yeah. So you can look at the blue background of everyone's screen to see their progress.
Yeah,
the blue square in the bottom right. You know,
yeah.
That's yeah.
It is a bit of a busy screen when you see like 9 people all.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of coding going on here.
Yep. So there we go. Garrison's starting to work out just the basic size. Let's see. Oh, we've got a bit of a sort of an oval attempt going on here. I think this is, as you mentioned, this is Larzapan.
Oh yeah, and doing a mathematical oval like this might save cycles, it might save code size. I mean,
Yeah.
because then you just have one, kind of expression for an oval, rather than a bunch of edge cases for, hey, let's round this corner, let's round this corner.
Yeah, and we can see here that.
But you can see here it doesn't quite match.
Yeah, as
so
SPL is going down a similar path here, going for like some kind of a ellipsoid type shape. But they're using the comparison view right now, so everywhere you see red, that's like a voxel that either shouldn't be there or is there, or needs to be there and isn't. So there's you can see that happening. We got actually several people making use of that here. Oh, pretty close here. Look at this. This is looking real close. There's a red line there indicating just like a tiny column of voxels that are incorrect, but really close on the shape here for Casper. Let's see. Anybody else kind of getting in there? Look a little hard to tell what Roshan's doing right now. Okay, kind of just working the shape out. Okay. What else we got here? Oh, this is looking pretty close too. Look at this. Kind of got the silhouette appearing here, KG.
Yeah, this is more like how I might approach it is, go for the silhouette. Like start with the big broad shapes and then gradually do the smaller details.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I usually approach things personally. I also find it fascinating looking at everyone's different code. Like this person clearly starts off with defining X, Y, and Z as abs X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Instead of just putting those in the expression, because they're already assuming, hey, that's going to save me some code size.
Yep.
By defining those variables up top there. So that we'll see if that assumption pays off for them.
Yeah, different here.
Oftentimes it does help.
Here you can see actually Jerison is doing this thing that a lot of players do where they make the whole object a single return statement. And you just sort of chain a bunch of conditions and ands and ors rather than doing a bunch of if-thens, which might be a little, it might look a little obtuse if you're not used to that, but it is generally a technique to reduce code size because there's just less words involved in describing if-then, kind of stuff.
Oh, and Prinrin has finished the first solve.
So my gosh.
Wow, already.
Boom.
So now Prinrin is just going to be optimizing.
Wow, with 11 minutes to go. Very fast.
Yeah. So
nice.
that's very fast. Within the first 4 minutes.
Patrick, would you mind marking that down on our...
Yes, I will be marking the scores down.
Thank you. V8 Ninja in chat says, I've definitely spent 30 minutes just trying to mathematically represent weird objects with a simple function. Katz is saying, what are the stakes? Are the winners getting some keys or just bragging rights? I think it's just eternal bragging rights for now, for being the champion of the very first RepliFest. V8 Ninja says, Replicube did bring out an optimization sicko in me.
Oh, Wallaby, you'll have to grant me edit permissions on the Google Sheet.
Classic blunder. Okay, hang on.
You could do it now or you could do it after this round. Either way.
I'll just do this. This should do it right now. I think if you refresh it or something, you should be in good shape now. Yes, and so Mumi says in chat, Prinrin is definitely going for cycles. And let's just be clear, Prinrin, I don't know if you all know this, made it their personal challenge to take over first place on the cyclist leaderboard for every of the 100 puzzles built into the game and achieved that goal. So Prinrin is absolutely a monster at cycles optimization. I think that cycles has been slightly less popular amongst the player base in terms of things like code size tends to be the first thing people kind of are interested in. Let's see. Anybody else got a solve in yet? Let me double check the. Not yet. Who's close? Who's close? Let's take a look here.
Hey, Kaz in the chat. If it's symmetric, can they take advantage of that? Yes, absolutely. And you use the absolute value abs function to take advantage of symmetry. And you can see multiple players are definitely keeping X and Y symmetry in this game.
Yeah, so KG, who you're talking about earlier, who did the X equals abs, Y equals abs type thing, is really close here. It looks to me like they're moments away from getting the full silhouette here. It's just you can see that outermost layer needs to be like inset a little bit. And then I'm sure they'll move on to the little like indents, which I don't think our players will struggle too much with the indents because they are a nice repeating pattern. Take a look now. What else are we doing here?
Yeah. Oftentimes in this game, you could, in theory, recreate every single shape possible in the 3D cube here by just hard coding every single voxel.
Right.
But the idea is like, hey, let's look for the repeating patterns in these little indents in the ice cream sandwich. And
this is technically a strawberry cracker. Okay, this is not according to the creator.
Sorry.
Let's see. I think we've got several people that are getting here pretty close. Oh, this is an interesting little visualization we had there a second ago from Gecko. One thing that's kind of fun to do is to output just the numbers and look at them as colors and see like what are the numbers doing. Yeah, we might have a thing here where toggle screen does not seem to be updating.
Oh yeah, Pile screen is not updating, but we'll see their scores at the end of the round.
Yeah,
They
maybe
still
we'll
haven't.
get
No one
them
else has finished yet.
get them to rejoin or something when before we start the next round. I'm
Yeah.
amazed we're seeing 9 people's screens at all right now. So we're
Yeah, it's really cool. It's so cool to see everyone's taking shape. Everyone's like has different approaches to it.
Oh, look at this. Okay, so here we got KG now. They've got the shape and they're working on the pattern here. Look at this cool pattern they've got right now going. I like this little like chevron kind of thing. That's very cool.
Oh yeah, that'd be perfect for an ice cream sandwich. But it's a
SBO
cookie.
is done. Second
SBO,
done.
nice.
Boom. Okay, and looking like this is looking like
Gerson just finished just afterward.
Oof,
very
quick,
close.
Very nice. So we can see the leaderboard is starting to update. As you can see here, basically for each category, if you take first place, you get 9 points because we have 9 competitors. If you take second place, 8, 7, 6, 5, like that. And this little leaderboard you can see right above my head is going to update live as we bring in the scores. So at the beginning here, it's just going to be solve order. And then it'll be a little bit dramatic as we wait until the time runs out and we confirm the results for the other 2 metrics, which are code size and cycle. So all the optimization. But now we've got at least 4 players now because Funky Monkey is done as well. Funky Monkey is
nice.
Oh, what's the username over here? It's there's a mapping between Discord usernames and CubeNet usernames. We'll look at
Casper finishes as well.
All right.
Good job.
Nice. Here, let's see. Do I have somebody? Okay. I don't know why right now it really wants to show Jerson's screen really big. But I guess that's just how it's going to be when I zoom out. Let's see.
6 minutes remaining, so we're over halfway done.
And we've got what? One. How many finished here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. KG just solved as well.
KG.
They were working on those patterns a second ago, so they've made pretty quick work of the inset pattern. That's nice. Okay, so we still have a few. Hopefully Poggle's doing okay over there. Maybe their internet connection is struggling a little bit. I'm not sure. Let's see, catch up on chat a little bit. Welcome in, Misshapen Smiley. How's it going? Thanks for everyone for joining and watching today. Okay, so we got where's that? Right here.
Yeah.
This is another one you can see sort of outputting different colors, try and work out the pattern. So now we've got these horizontal cuts going across, and they're going to start updating. Now look at this code right here. How does this make you feel, Patrick?
That is how I code in this game to optimize for code size. I just do one big line and then sometimes press enter when it gets too long. And,
yeah. To be fair, the game does not care if you put a carriage return in there. It's okay. You can put a carriage return in there.
Yeah, so the game counts tokens, not necessarily white
Correct.
space.
So this is close now. This is close. Looks like maybe a slight off by 1 type thing going on here.
Yeah, very close. But you have to get 100%.
Oh, it's
exactly
the shape.
Perfect in the game.
Okay, it's the shape now. They've got the indents. They just got to refine the shape slightly. Okay.
I see. Yeah, I'm curious to see everyone's code, how they did this shape. Did everyone take an oval and then refine it, or did they hard code every little? Did they represent it as a bunch of rectangles?
It looks like Poggle woke up. Their stream did, and now we can see that they're going for a bit more exhaustive kind of solve here, which is either just how they're choosing to solve it, or they're already kind of preemptively thinking about cycles, because generally speaking, cycles turn into a bit more verbose, lots of conditions and early returns, because you want to. Your code is run for every voxel in the area. And this object is actually a good example of an object with a lot of empty space. So if you do a lot of complex math only to realize you're in empty space, that's wasting cycles, right? So there's a lot of things you can do when you're optimizing cycles where you're basically trying to return the answer as quickly as possible for each voxel and not do a bunch of wasted checks or math.
Yeah, Gecko just finished.
All right,
nice.
So I think that's almost everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4,
almost
5,
everyone.
6, 7. We got 2 more
to
finish. Very nice. Yes.
And if you don't finish, the ties are broken by what's the highest percent of voxels you got that matched.
Yeah, we should let everyone know here. I'm going to say 330 remaining.
Yep.
Okay. Because actually, I don't. You know what I didn't do, Patrick? We talked about that I was going to very deftly deafen everyone in the Discord chat so they couldn't hear us talking. But now that we're talking, like, I don't really think we're spoiling much, so I think it's probably gonna be
Oh
fine.
yeah, it's kind of true. It's if you know how to make the strawberry cookie, then you know.
Yeah, also someone was asking in the chat, so now that we've got some players who are trying to optimize, like how can we kind of keep tabs on that? So if we look, for example, here, it's a little hard to see right now because the usernames are covering it up. But down, like right underneath Casper's username here, you can see there's actually a little readout, and it says the code size and the cycles. And now we got a quick look at the leaderboard there to see. And so if you've solved the puzzle once and then you make some changes, it'll show you a little plus or minus for each metric to let you know, like, is your current code better or worse for the different metrics. So that's what the players are focusing on right now, the ones that have moved on to optimizing.
I find it so funny about code cleanliness when in a very speed coding environment, because really your code neatness does not matter. That's not one of the metrics here
at all.
It only needs to be as neat as you need to, like,
that's right,
within these 15 minutes keep track of what you're doing.
Like
so we can see different indenting styles of every single person here.
Yeah, like your boss is not gonna come review this code. Larzapan is done.
Larzapan, nice,
good job. All right. And by the way,
2 minutes remaining.
I tried solving these myself yesterday, just to get a feel for how difficult they were, and I recorded myself. So later, at some time in the future, I'll post a little video, and you can see how terrible I did compared to our contestants. These are not easy objects. You can see here we still got. Now Casper's trying to optimize, but in the midst of optimizing, now has a shape that doesn't quite match. So they're trying a few different strats to try and get a more elegant way to describe this shape. What else we got?
And you can see
here?
there's a lot of people have multiple code tabs open, so they might want to start from scratch or take what you have and mutate it and see if it works out. See if they save some.
Yeah, Prinrid doing a very rare calling functions, getting abs X, Y, and Z up there. So I'm actually kind of surprised by this. Maybe they're just trying something out here.
Calling the abs function takes 4 tokens because there's the abs and then there's the 2
and cycles.
And then
it's also
X.
expensive from a cycles point of view as well. So
right, because a function call is quite expensive.
Regs.
How it's measured.
Yeah, which is a bit unfortunate, but that's just kind of the way it worked out.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute. Yeah, let's let chat know. Or I mean, let's let the competitors know.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mumi says, I think their cycle solution is done and now trying to do a short one. Oh, that could be. Prinmin might. I wouldn't put it past them to have already been happy with their cycle solution and now they're trying to eke out a code size.
Poggle solved. Congrats. That's everyone solved.
Yes,
within the 15 minutes.
Nice.
Congrats.
All right. GG's. That's so cool. 30 seconds to go. Small Gecko says it's covering my code. Not quite sure what that...
Oh, the Discord overlay. Yeah, you'll figure out how to disable that.
Oh.
All right, 20 seconds left. So everyone, it goes without saying, but obviously it's typical to have 2 different code solutions for optimizing for code size and optimizing for cycles.
Right, and the leaderboard...
The code looks very, very different for those 2.
Yeah, and the leaderboard treats them separately. So,
Yep.
Now I'm looking real quick here, and right
5,
now...
4...
Oh, 3, 2, 1, and stop.
All right, everyone, make sure you have it submitted.
All right.
Now we're going to look at the leaderboards. Submit.
Yes, and in fact,
Pencils
I think
down.
what we can do real quick is I'll switch over like this. And
let's see the leaderboards.
Let's go look at the leaderboard. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my god. On my demo thing, I have not unlocked progress. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. Yes, we can't do that here. We'll do it on the other screens. I've got it up here. Let me just refresh real quick. Okay, so I'm seeing that SBO is the winner in terms of code size, followed by Casper, then KG. Then
I see Meowno. Oh, Meowno is not a contestant. I see.
I've got the rivals on mine, so
okay,
let me go through mine real quick. You want to type them in as I go here?
Yes.
All right, so code size is SBO, then Casper, and then KG, and then Prinrin came in 5th on code size. Nice.
Is that 4th or 5th?
Sorry, 4th. I also have myself in here, which is throwing it off. By the way, I won it. I won code size, just to brag slightly.
Good job.
Small Gecko is next on code size. Then Jerson, then Roshan, then Larzapan, and then Poggle coming in with an epic code size, 450 tokens. Nice.
And can you read out the numbers for the code size?
Yeah.
From first to last place.
So the range we had was SBO 71, and then next is Casper with 78. So a bump there. 7 tokens is a lot. Then you got KG at 80, so right behind. Then just behind that, 81 is Prinrin. Then 84, Small Gecko. 86, Jerison. Then a little bit of a jump to Roshan at 112, Larzapan 117, and Poggle coming in with 450. All right, now let's look at cycles. So right now it looks like SBO is in the lead, but things might change here. Because you remember how I was talking about how Poggle had a 450 code size? Guess who is in first place for cycles?
Is it Poggle?
It most certainly is. 4.042 cycles per voxel, beating out the cycle master Prinrin at 4.070. So they're in second place. You got Roshan in third with 4.5. A little jump there.
You mean second place, right? Or wait.
Third. It's Poggle, Prinrin, Roshan.
Okay.
Yep. And then next up is Jerison with 8. So kind of a jump there. Probably was focusing more on code size. Then next you got Larzapan at 10.3. Casper is next at 13. SBO 16.3. Small Gecko 16.7. And KG rounding us out with 18.4. So we did have generally speaking, you tend to see an inverse relationship between code size and cycles. And that generally played out here. Although Prinrin, I think, is probably in first place, right? Yeah, because they did have pretty good scores on both. So I think it was Moomy in chat was picking up that they were actually making multiple solutions. Nice work. Yeah, very cool. Okay. All right, so we're gonna, by the way, anyone who's, any participant, if you want to let us know how you feel about that, feel free.
Yeah, feel free to unmute yourselves.
Yeah, speak up. That's totally fine. I'm going to reset things and get the next object posted.
Yep. Good job, everyone.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Hope you're all feeling, warmed up now.
Yes.
Everyone solved it, which is great.
Yeah, good job. Seems like
good job.
Seems like 15 minutes was, an okay amount of time.
Yeah, I agree. How do y'all feel about it? 15 minutes.
That was very fun. That was great.
Yeah, good job.
I'm shaking for sure.
All right, I'm going to get the next object.
I know
going.
what ovals are, but it was great.
Yeah, that deceptively confusing shape, right? I'm looking at the actual solution, and it's like, whoa, I did not see that. Yeah. All right, let me get the next one up here. So the next one's a little different. I think you're going to like it. It's kind of similar in terms of complexity, I would say. Get this ready to post here. Can I just say how fun this is that I get to post in my own stupid game? Like, it's so silly. Love it. All right, let's get this all set up. Let's see, let's check in on Poggle. Poggle's having a little bit of... Yeah, this is looking smooth now, Poggle.
Great. Yeah, I had to change to winded mode. Cool.
Okay, that might have been the culprit. Okay, new object is up. Everyone, please refresh your Replicube project share, and go find Soccer Ball.
Ooh, Soccer Ball.
Soccer Ball by White Streak 99. This is a pretty cool object. Okay, everyone's got it. Let's Patrick, you and I can talk for a second and let people, get a moment to go. What am I gonna do? Oh my god! It's a soccer ball.
So actually, if you look inside, you can see it's hollow. So not only you can't just make a solid thing.
Correct. All right.
So
everyone's had a minute. This is the soccer ball. I think everyone's got it up, right? Let me just double check here. I see 9 soccer balls. Yep. All right, we're gonna start round 2. Get ready, everyone, and let's start in 3, 2, 1, go!
Go.
All right. Yeah, so round objects, right? Made out of squares. Who thought that was a good idea, right? So we're going to see right off the bat, we're going to see a bunch of x squared plus y squared plus z squared type business happening on screens as everyone just tries to get a sphere. And then, of course, they got to work out, okay, how big is this sphere? Also, when you do x squared plus y squared plus z squared type stuff, you're going to end up with decimals, right? Like, for each voxel, the distance from the center is not a nice round number. And so you got to do a little work to figure out, okay, did the person who made this object, how did they convert those decimals into the voxels? Did they round up? Did they round down? Did they do normal rounding? You know, like that kind of thing. So it's gonna. I don't imagine they're gonna struggle too much finding the constants for like how big is this thing. And we can see already that is in fact the case. We have several people who've got the right sized spheres already. And actually, you can see a lot of them are not even doing a square root. Like normally when you would calculate distance, you would do square root of x squared plus y squared plus z squared. But you don't really have to. You can just compare against what the squared value would be. And so we can see that lots of our players are doing that. In fact, they're just like, we don't want any square roots in here. Why would I need a square root?
And if you're a programmer outside of this game, that is actually a good trick to do in general, just to save yourself if you're doing lots of distance checks.
Yeah. Square roots
check square distance
are somewhat calculation intensive, so especially if you're going for cycles and stuff here, calling the function alone is expensive. But then of course the math is there too, and it's looking like so people are making pretty quick work of the sphere, which of course that's not too much of a surprise. Now the tricky part is these dang black sort of hexagon-ish things placed around it. You can see there's obviously some symmetry going on here. They're basically, well, maybe I don't want to talk too much about how they're evenly spaced because I want to let the players think about it themselves. But you can see there's definitely some symmetries involved, so that gives you some clues as like where to put them. Like actually, we can see here we've got no. Where was it? Someone had some nice little squares going. Oh, it's Casper. Where's my Casper? So here you can see Casper's starting to get like some little squares in roughly the right spot to sort of try and go, okay, and they're trying to sort of refine the shape a little bit there. And it looks like actually they've got like an equator of the sort of like little hexagons. Looks like it might be matching right now. They haven't rotated the view so we can be certain of that, but the comparison view is looking pretty promising there.
Yeah. So it looks
interesting. Garrison's got like a cool thing here. They're just isolating to visualize what they're doing with this center sort of ring. And so they've just commented out the part where they fill in the circle so they can see like what's going on here, Pretty cool. Let's see. You can see here we've got a comparison view that was popping up there. I think Casper was noticing. So they've just got a couple.
Just a couple. Yellow means they got the
actually
right.
very close.
It's just the right. Yellow means you got the right square there, but the wrong color.
And we're about 4.5 minutes or something in, or 3.5 minutes or whatever in. And I think we're getting pretty close to a solve here. We got going on here. Oh, interesting pattern here. Okay, so they're focusing on this one sort of hexagon. SPO is solved.
SPO solved.
Wow, that was really fast. Dang. Let's go take a look here. Where's SPO? Right here. So they've got it solved, and let's have a look here.
In under 4 minutes, about the same time that Printer solved the first round. So
that's got great. That's a solid 10 minutes to try and optimize this. So that should be pretty cool.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm gonna double check, see how's it going in the chat here. Moomy says spheres are annoying to get just right. Yep. We've got some soccer ball emotes in the chat. Kaz Game said that would be funny if Wallover allowed current time as an input, so voxels could be changing in real time. I mean, you can do animated puzzles. We might see some animations later today if our build battle contestants choose to.
Oh, Casper finished.
Nice, that's 2. Very fast. Let's take a look. I know they were getting real close there. We saw them doing their the comparisons a moment ago, so I assume they sort of figured it out.
Short behind.
Boom. Okay, and Crimrin, look at the amount of code. This is kind of fun. So look at this. Now look at this. Now look at who else finished it. Who finished first? Was it? It was SPO. Where's SPO's? Let's have a look here. Okay, looks like they're just starting a new. So look at that code right there, though. Look at that. Pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Pretty condensed.
Yeah, interesting. I'm trying to be a little vague about it.
Would you be able to look at that code and tell it's a soccer ball?
Ooh, I do not think so. I think I could tell it was a sphere. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely nice to see all these different approaches coming in here. Kaz Games asks, does it allow for control of the opacity of the voxel? No, so you can't have like mini transparent stuff. Oh, interesting. Pizza Lover has an interesting observation in the chat. Is that actually true? That is not how I did it. Interesting.
Oh, yeah. So you have to wonder, the person who designed this soccer ball might have
Yeah, taking a
a-
totally different
y-
method. Yeah.
Yeah, and so maybe I don't know if we know that method, but a good puzzle generally in this game doesn't require absolute specific knowledge.
Yeah.
It's like there's not exactly one code that will,
And here you can
produce this
see
object.
Roshan like staring at this object from orthographic views, trying to go like, okay, what is the pattern here? How do I sort of pull this pattern out of the map? Like, look at that right there. You can see there's sort of kind of an interesting little like, almost like a D-pad, actually.
I do like Roshan's code here. This is very, I think, readable code about, you can tell what's happening. It's like checking the radius, as opposed to cramming it all on one line.
Right. Should we take a tour of? Let's take a little code tour, shall we? Let's see how we're looking here. Here. Oh,
Large
interesting.
Japan, done. 4th place. Good job.
Very nice. Good job. About 8 minutes to go. Yeah, maybe we'll give them a warning here in a little bit. I guess it's about halfway right now. Here you can see an interesting thing
Almost.
at the top there. If Casper were to scroll up, it looks like there's a table involved here. Yeah, they got a table. Oh, interesting. It's a table with the squares of the X, Y, and Z components in it. And then they're sorting it. Whoa, we're gonna have to take a look at that again later. That's some interesting stuff going on there. We're looking over here. This is a nice little compact thing going on here, and you can see there, Gecko still. Mostly, I think it looks like they're trying to pull the shape out, which is a little tricky. Toggle also look like they're getting pretty close here based on this comparison view. You can see that yellow region there, which means they just need to get the colors right there. Oh, we got an interesting pattern right here in KG's screen right now. They're trying to get some symmetry going here.
That's the halfway mark.
All right.
About half of our contestants have solved it.
Nice.
Poggle, I think we saw him very clearly now, just focusing on
the sort of
cycles
again.
Or,
Prinrin, you mean? Perhaps.
Oh, maybe both of them.
What do we got here? Look at this interesting thing. We're cutting out a region. Okay. I bet we're about to see maybe some copy pasting happening here, and then just changing to get some symmetries, perhaps. Amber says Poggle 100% going for cycles. That's true. That's what they did last time too.
Yeah, yes. So we were
Oh yeah,
expecting-
look at this.
yeah.
We got some interesting cutaways happening here. So they're you can see they're sort of sectioning the object up into regions, and then sort of like getting a solve in for each region, which is generally speaking going to produce a lot of code, but will be very quick for the computer to evaluate each individual voxel, right? It just does a couple quick checks and gets to the code that matters for this voxel. And that kind of sort of trimming of the code paths is kind of how you get the cycles down. Let's see, what else we got? Anything else interesting happening? We got an interesting pattern right here. Interesting. KG's got like some stripes here, sort of half isolating what they're looking for. So they're trying to figure out correct incantation here. As far as the code goes, let's see. And Casper had already finished. Yeah, it looks like this looks like a code size vibe to me. Looking like trying to be a pretty efficient code here.
Yeah, definitely.
And it looks to me like this sort that we're seeing here, which I probably shouldn't say too loud, but which is unusual. I would guess that that's tempting to is a code size thing, right? Where you're sort of like, let me set up some stuff and then manipulate it so I can just do some other stuff once, but it'll apply to like rotated regions or something along those lines. There's a lot of interesting ways you can sort of mess with the coordinate space to try and get things to work out how you want, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Amstar, who's in the chat right now on Twitch and is one of our build battle competitors, is been picking up some tricks. It looks like from looking at everyone's code here.
Gecko finished. Good job.
Nice, good job. All right, let's see. Where's Gecko? Right here. Okay, so there. It looks to me like they're probably going to trend in a.
Just after.
Nice job. Okay, so that's almost everybody. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have three people still working on it. They got 4 minutes, plenty of time. Every time you see that nice spin animation, you know you're happy because you solved it. Or you're annoyed because you just want to keep working on it and this thing keeps spinning. I did fix that though. So.
Yeah, I'm familiar with both of those feelings.
Yeah, some players were complaining like, I'm fixing my code, I'm optimizing again. Every time I make a change, the stupid sound plays and it starts spinning again. Like, can you stop that? So I made it if you like, after you've solved it, if you wiggle and look at it once, it'll stop auto spinning.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can disable the auto run code as you type.
Correct. Yeah, that's another option. Somebody says, Amber says, SBO's code scares me. Wait, what's going on in SBO's code? Let's take a look here. Whoa! Okay. Look at that. So this must be cycles. But this can't be cycles, actually, because if you look at that, that's a lot of ors. And ors are generally going to have to be evaluated for each voxel, right? Because it's be like, the thing before it was false, but you got an or here, so maybe the thing after it'll be, but
I do get yeah, it's like, okay.
All right, cool.
Nice comment.
Thank you. That's awesome. Let's see. Should we continue with the code?
You can see here, SBO had a cube there, so they're not quite a soccer ball.
It's currently cube. Yeah, but they've got what, 5 tabs open right now, so they're in the midst of constructing some wild solutions here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. If we just glance, like if we're looking for a tiny amount of code, you could take a look at this. This looks like a fairly small amount of code. Now they're still in the middle of rearranging things, so not a valid solution yet. Let's see, where else if I just glance for small amount of code. This looks like a pretty small amount of code, but also in progress. Cool little visualization happening right now, though. Now, let's check in on Prinrin, who is our current leader. They have 5 code tabs open, so we don't know exactly what they're up to in totality. Darrison is done. It was done.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, we got that.
Thank you. So, yeah, okay. So actually, we can just look at the leaderboard right now to see that we still got Roshan and KG and Poggle still kind of come in with these clutch, like, last minute. Let's give them a 2-minute warning here coming up.
Yep.
I'll get that.
And so because these are posted on CubeNet, other people not in the competition, anyone, including you right now, can
That's
still and
right.
solve these.
That's
and we do
right.
have a couple of people who are placing quite high in the leaderboards, but they're not officially entered in the competition.
Which means
So-
next time, sign up.
Yeah.
Join. Let's take a look here. I'm going to look at the one we just had. Yeah, we got a couple people in here. We've got also, of course, the creator posted their solution, which is cool. Although the funny part is
Nice.
that the creator and me are going to have the same score because actually I posted it on their behalf, and so their code kind of is in the system twice. So this is actually not my solve. This is
KG
them.
solved it. Good job.
Nice. All right, let's take a look at their solution over here. Here we go. Oh, that's looking
That's looking pretty
That's
small.
looking very, very promising. Yeah. And you notice we've also got another little element there that's popping up. We've only got a minute left, so I've already kind of spoiled it. But they're also using a bit of a lookup kind of solution, or I don't know if lookup is the right word, but they are using a table and doing some funky business with the table. We might need to ask people about that. I think I have a vague sensation of why they're doing that, but we'll see. All right, let me flip over here. Let's see how we're looking on. I can give you a quick in progress look. We got 45 seconds left. Here we'll hit them with a 30 seconds thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Hoggle says, "R.I.P. me, no chance, lol." So they must be struggling a little bit. Maybe they invested a little too much in trying to get a nice solution that was going to have a good score. Looking at it right now, switch over to Rivals view.
Almost done.
Oh, dang, I totally missed the 30 seconds. That's embarrassing. Here, 10 seconds.
10-second
5,
warning. All right,
4,
everyone, submit your
3,
code.
2,
Submit your code. Submit your
1.
best.
Time. Okay.
Time up.
Woo. All right. So we did have a couple people not quite finish it, right? I think we had who didn't quite get the solve in is
Let's see.
Roshan and Poggle, correct?
That I think is correct.
So if you
I should have solved it.
Oh, you did solve it, Roshan?
Yeah.
I'm not
Just
sure if
later.
did you post in your. Oh, you saw that just at the end.
Mhm.
Did you? I see. So I didn't see you post in the Discord.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Oh, but you did solve it before the time limit.
Yeah, like 15 seconds. That's
Okay, nice.
Oh, God, great job.
Good job.
All right.
All right, so that answers that then, so we can put in the remaining points for that. Okay, Larzapan says this round went a bit better for me. All right, so let's. Whew, all right, everybody take a breather. Good job, and let's see how the leaderboards turned out here. All right.
Everyone except Poggle. I don't think you did solve. Did you? I don't.
KG says I was choking for so long. SPO's happy with being the first solve, not implying they're not happy with the other bits. Poggle did not quite finish the object. Okay.
No,
All right, so let's take a look then here. So on code size, we have pretty kind of like a. I mean, I think if I graph this, it would almost look like a straight line. We've got Casper in first place with 66, which was. Let's take a look. Let's relish in this
Nice.
66 here for a second. Look at that. So this is one of the put something in a table and sort it, which I think is a symmetry thing. Because you can see there's almost no code after that. Like you got a bit where they figure out the radius, and then just this tiny little
Wow.
OR thing, which I think is probably pulling out like the 3 strips that make those hexagons. Yes. So
Wow,
you can
and
see
you're-
there.
Wow.
That's wild.
If any of the contestants who use this sorting method would care to commentate on how it works, I would love to
Yeah.
hear.
Here, let's get the scores
exactly
in real
what's going
quick
on.
then. So Casper in first place on
Yeah.
code size. Then next is
Mhm.
KG with a 73, so I think maybe had a similar solution. Then SBO, so for our first solver, SBO came in at 83, not bad. Larzapan right behind at 86. Small Gecko very close behind at 89. Then you got Jerson 101 and Prinrin 105. So Prinrin probably did not go too hard on the on the code size, and then Roshan with 151. So very nice job, everybody. And then over here on cycles, we have, look at this. Once again, last place on code size is first place on cycles. Roshan,
Nice.
13.78. Then you got Prinrin, no surprise there, 19.3. But so man, Roshan must have had a very cycle friendly solution. Can we just look here real quick? Is this the one? This is it. Yeah, wow. Interesting. A lot of B2Is and math in there. I'm kind of surprised to see that, honestly. Interesting. I might need to ask about that a little bit. So okay, how far did I get on the cycles? We were at
First is Roshan, then Prinrin.
right. Then Larzapan, 22.2. Right behind them, SBO, very nice showing across the board here, 22.6. Then you got Casper, 24.7. Gerson, 27.2. KG, 29.7, and Small Gecko, 29.9. So how does the leaderboard look?
Right, it's all
right.
updated now.
So SBO currently actually, what was second place? It looked like in the first round, if I'm reading that right, and then first place in this round. Oh, tied actually with Casper in this round actually, but got 42 points currently.
The top 3 people, SBO, Prinrin, and Casper, are quite neck and neck here.
Yes. This is definitely going to come down to this last round, and I will. The next object is a little different.
Okay. I'm curious to see.
I would guess, based on how things are going, that we're not going to see everybody solve it.
Ooh.
This one is the one I struggled with the most. While I'm inputting the next puzzle, can maybe somebody want to unmute themselves and take us through these table-based solutions that we were seeing? That was pretty cool. I don't know if anybody wants to explain what the heck's going on there. They can. Meanwhile, I'm going to put the next one in. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, hello, it's Gecko here. Okay, admittedly I have a pretty not that great solution, but the use for tables, as we can see here from the symmetry, is that we don't actually care which X, Y, and Z it is, but we have patterns where, one value is the highest, one value is the second highest, and one value is the third highest. So by putting in a table, we essentially get a symmetry across X, Y, and Z. And if we put abs X and abs Y and abs Z in a table, we get a symmetry across all axes. And if I just then search for table 3 if I sort the table, the highest one, let's say equals 6, then I will get all values where x is plus minus 6, y is plus minus 6, and z is plus minus 6.
Okay, right, because so that's really cool. And so then you can see down in your code there, you look up into that table for values 1, 2, and 3. So when you look for a 1, you're saying, give me the min. When you look for a 2, you're saying, give me the middle value. And when you're looking for a 3, you're saying, give me the highest value. After
So
we've
all of
already...
this is pretty hard-coded. So I'm highlighting this one right here. So this is 5 and minus 3, minus 5 and 3, and this one is, let's say, minus 3 and minus 5. And this is what you see here. The highest one is 5, and the middle one is 3, and the lowest one is 0. Just all of these spots.
Wow. Okay. So how many cases do you have? You have the little spots, and then you have.
Yeah,
do you have? Is that 2
essentially,
clauses you have? Or
Yes, this is this black part right here.
okay. It's sort of like 2 by
and
3
then the tiny
region.
spots.
Real quick, I think we could save cycles in line 9 if you just replace it by bowl is 35. Save tokens and cycles. Just or bowl is 35 in line 9.
Whoa.
Yeah, because I can hit the. I've also found an easier solution now that I'm not going to talk about that hits all the spots.
I love it. Nice.
Yeah, it's interesting that there's the second competition after this one is the leaderboards. Like these objects will stay uploaded, I think, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
So that there is people can now continue competing this without a time limit if they want. And so
speaking of
normally
which,
you cannot see people's code when they upload it. So
all right. So speaking of which, please refresh your CubeNets, everybody, and look for Aurora by Nanoc, and prepare to be slightly intimidated by this object.
I'm excited. I'm super impressed, by the way, with that soccer ball, figuring out how to sort and comparing the biggest, second biggest, and least value of those.
I never would have gotten that. That was really cool. And you can see, so some players were definitely sitting there and really like using that little hover tooltip to kind of look at the thing and go, okay, what about these particular features of the object? What can I look at and sort of deduce from their coordinates? And then, wild. So this is a bit different. Right. So this object, we'll ad lib for a little bit here, just so that the shock can wear off.
Oh my gosh! What? So okay, so it's the Aurora Borealis. Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And look, so there's little people and an igloo. Oh my gosh!
So unlike the others, you've got several elements here, right? You've got like the floor, you got the walls, you got the igloo, you got the people. So this is not going to be like a one-liner, like elegant kind of thing. This is going to be a little more.
There's definitely multiple shapes to do individually.
Exactly.
Wow. SPO asks in our private chat here, could we get a few extra minutes? What do we all think?
Yeah. Do we want to bump it up? Do we want
to bump it up to 20 minutes, perhaps? Or, does that sound good to everyone?
Pizza Lover says late game puzzle in 15 minutes. Wow.
Yeah. So normally when you play this game, you can take it at your own leisure, write some neat code, comment your lines, gradually optimize. But really here, the contestants are playing a whole nother ball game. It's speed coding, and it's really impressive to me to just solve.
Okay, seems like people are kind of like, if you give us more time, we could take it. We don't absolutely need it. But I mean,
I think it'd be good to up it to 20 to let more people finish.
I don't see any reason to be so hardcore, right? We're having a fun time here, Let's go 20. It'll be good,
Wow. So I'm curious to see which object people tackle first and which ones they think is more optimizable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just.
So here we go then. Since we got 20 minutes, let's go ahead and get it going. So let's count down. 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Go.
We are underway. Round 3, the final round of our very first inaugural RepliFest Blind Solve tournament. 20 minutes on the clock. So this is definitely going to be I think we're going to see some different strategies here. The scariest thing for sure is this Aurora Borealis, right? If we take a look at it.
Yeah. So you could imagine hard coding every single column here. Like, hey, we have X equals this and Z equals this. X equals this and Z equals this. So you could do that, but that's not a lot of, for one, that kind of takes a while to type out.
Right.
And for two, it's terrible for code size.
Correct. But then again,
But if you wanted to get a quick solve, you could imagine doing that strategy.
right,
Yeah.
and that might be
then-
smart for this object. You
Yeah,
know, like,
you can see that. Yeah, maybe people will go for that.
it'd be interesting after this to go back and look and see, how did the various metrics contribute to who wins or doesn't win? You know, like, is fast solve like really critical or not? You know, and maybe we could even consider, you know, the scoring and stuff in the future once we get a sense for, you know, what strategies actually work and don't work in an event like this. But yeah, I mean, I would be scared. Like, I'm not scared of the little people. They're pretty simple. You know, the little igloo is basically the soccer ball, just kind of cut in half, you know. And the ground and the walls are pretty simple. But man, those auroras. Now, if you look at the color palette at the bottom of Gecko's screen here, you can see that the colors used in the aurora thing are sequential colors in the palette. It goes 9, 10, 11, 11 vertically. And so there's something you can sort of pick up on there and go, okay, you know, I can probably produce some math where I don't have to like literally explicitly work out all the colors, but still the positioning and stuff. Ooh, right? And look, okay, we got a giant igloo currently. Very nice. So
nice.
They're just trying to tune in the size, and then they're probably going to shift it over, right? Because it's not centered, so you're going to have to do a little shifting of the coordinates to get that igloo where it belongs. Let's take a look here. What kind of progress are we seeing? I'm already seeing, whoa, fair amount of. Okay, that was mostly the comparison view was showing us a bunch of stuff they have yet to put in, but we've got an igloo pretty much placed here. So that's pretty cool.
And here we might see that it can be kind of, if you don't comment your code at all, you're not sure which of these gosh darn expressions refers to the igloo, which one is the people.
Yeah.
This here, now that we have a 20-minute time, it's more important to keep track of your code.
Yep.
Because you're gonna, there's lots of different segments.
Yeah, here we go. So you can see Roshan
but they're
taking a different
they're all
approach.
Probably part of the same return statement if you're optimizing.
Here we got
cycles.
some. Look, you'd be happy about this right here. Look, we got some comments. Floor, single lines, back wall, right? So trying to keep track of what the heck's going on, because this is going to be a scroll up and down type solution, not a all fits on the screen, I think. Oh, okay, look at this here. We've got our first little glimmer of an aurora coming in on this screen right now. See that?
Nice.
Let's see. We got anyone else who's working on that? Oh, look at this. Check this out. Look at that pattern there of the voxels.
They got the heights all and the positions all right.
And that's looking.
Now they just got to extend them all down.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Well, I wonder exactly. Wow. So they have an array. They have a table there, and in Lua, tables and array is the same thing, but this is essentially an array up there.
Yep.
And they index it with negatives. Okay, now we're getting to a little spoilers here. I don't want to spoil it too much with the contestants.
Yeah, so we do have some arrays popping up, which, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some kind of array or lookup for some coordinates and stuff. I mean, that would be a pretty obvious thing to consider for solving this, just because if you look at that aurora, you can be like, I bet there's a clever equation to sort of carve out that shape, but can I find it under time pressure? Like maybe I'll just slap in the numbers and get this thing put together, so like Deathcat here saying, looking at it from different angles, you can start to see things. Like they're saying if you look at the aurora from the side, you can maybe pick up on what's going on with the height, for example, and stuff like that. And so that's definitely a very, very good point. And you can switch the game between perspective and orthographic views. And when you're in orthographic views, it snaps to 90 degrees. So you can really look directly, from the side or from the top or whatever. And I imagine we'll see some players taking advantage of that. Looks like still right now, we're definitely in the kind of starting to craft it together phase. This is looking pretty promising here. Look at this.
Yeah, it's so cool to see. Like, this is how I might approach it. It's like, just figure out, go from the top down is how I would approach it.
Mm-hmm. Where's everything placed? We don't have anyone. I think everyone's focused on the aurora right now, which I think is probably smart. Because and a few people already kind of like stubbed in the igloo, but everyone's leaving the people. I don't see any people yet. Oh wait, I saw a little glimmer of people right here.
Oh, there we go. People.
Okay, so never mind. Not everybody is focusing on the aurora first. Oh, okay. Man, 5 minutes have passed already. Holy cow. Okay, so we'll let them know 14 minutes remaining. I'm going to type this in and then wait to hit enter, and then I'm going to start talking and I'm going to forget. Okay, let's see.
Hey, Jack Griff in the chat. Yeah, it's fascinating. I'm super impressed by people speed solving these. There's a lot of pressure. And if you can't figure out one code thing, you better figure it out. You can't.
And Le Epic H says the Aurora Borealis at this time of year, at this time of day, localized entirely within RepliFest. Yes, this is a rare sighting. In fact, we have
May I see it?
nine of them. happening right now.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, I'm gonna give him the 14 minutes remaining warning there.
hmm
All right. Let's see. Let's take a look here. What do we got? Okay, looking like I thought I saw a little glimmer of little people happening here, but maybe not. This is this is looking. Look at that bottom screen.
Wow, it looks like they have the Aurora.
I think we
Done.
may have an Aurora in place after what?
And with such
minutes-ish?
minimal code. Well, they'll scroll down. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah. Thank goodness. If that was the whole thing, I would just quit right now and just stop making games for the rest of my life. Like, clearly, there's like stuff going on I don't understand. Well, we got a real solid Aurora coming in here as well. And how are we looking here? Yeah, so making real progress on that. See, and you can see also you can clip the object by dragging the little arrowheads if you want to sort of like isolate different things and look at it. Let's see. Looks like, the pacing is not too wildly different. We maybe got a few people that maybe got a pretty good jump on the Aurora, it looks like. But you never know kind of what part people are going to be fast at, what part they're going to struggle with, because this object does have quite a few different pieces to it. There's one little bit that I don't know if anyone has noticed yet, but when I thought I had solved it and like hit enter and threw my hands up like, yeah, and then I realized I was missing something and I had to go look closely. It was kind of fun. We'll see how this comes out for everyone. Let's see. We're seeing a lot of the comparison view happening right now, which makes sense because this is a pretty tricky object. Oh, Casper looks close. I just saw a bunch of green show up. I think they might have.
Look
at
just
that.
Just have the people left. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. So keep in mind that when we hit 5 minutes left, that would have been when we had run out of time if we didn't extend it. So let's see, if we made the right choice here. It's looking like we did make the right choice.
Yeah. So there are some of these tricks, like we saw the sphere. It's a pretty kind of straightforward. Now that we've seen the soccer ball how to do that, there is a trick with the people.
Look at this here. Yeah, look at this view right now where Casper's got like kind of a pattern going, and they're trying to figure out like, okay, how do I sort of
this pattern, which I won't necessarily say out loud, but I'm sure all the contestants here know it. That like, you can take a subset of that pattern, and modify it as necessary.
Yeah, it's actually
instead
it's a
of
slice of a
hard
thing.
coding every single one of these voxels, which you could do. It would totally work, but it's not better for code size.
Absolutely, yeah. But then again, like 11 minutes to go. Like I got to get solve on the board. We've got something that looks a bit like a weird colorful mushroom right here. It looks like they're looking at the Y coordinates right now, trying to go like, all right, what have I got?
This puzzle was designed. The Aurora Borealis colors look beautiful, but also in the color palette down below, you can see that colors 9, 10, and 11 are sequential. And Walliver, you've chosen this color palette to have a nice ordering. But it's so satisfying when that works out, that 3 colors adjacent to each other, because you can just say, hey, let's substitute in Y here for the color. And it literally just increments by 1 every voxel.
Yeah.
And it's so satisfying. That's one of my favorite parts about this game.
The general kind of rainbow subsection of the palette was definitely had that in mind, and then you sort of have the browns and the grayscales on either side to sort of give you a few more colors. I should shout out that this palette itself is actually a palette that I found that you can in the about box in the game. The links to the palette used for the OS and the palette for the in-game there's links to them in the about box if you want to go support the cool people who actually came up with these beautiful color palettes.
Oh, that's very cool. And for the in-game color palette, did you reorder them or?
I think I did. Yes, I think there was a few tweaks to it, but maybe not actually. That was one of the first things I did. So.
Gotcha. We can see Gecko here. Look at the shape Gecko has to try to figure out, from that angle.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
look, they're trying to like, what's the height?
This is how they're masking it off.
Yeah, like where's the height of these things?
That is an interesting idea. Whoa. So I wonder, that looks so good.
See, look, it goes 1, then 2, then 2. So if you had a slope at the right slope, that could be defining,
This is such a good image. Like, this is how you experiment. In like, hey, let's do this. And
and they're doing that in another code tab too. Very cool. So they didn't have to muck with their code too much to just sort of do a quick test. Very nice. Very cool. We're also seeing it looks like KG's really close here. Look at that. There's a lot of green on the screen.
Yep. Oh, they're also just where Casper was a few minutes ago. Just the people left, it seems.
And also
Very
Roshan
nice.
looking very. Look at this from this view.
Oh, okay. Roshan's. Yeah. Okay.
So they got the people in first. Looks like. We're
Yeah.
definitely seeing some different strategies here. This is really cool. Okay, we got a little cutaway view here. Working on
I
the
bet
Aurora.
Casper's also really close. I bet people are pretty close here. about
Yeah,
who's
we're
get
gonna
the
see a
first
solve here any second. Casper's very close. Roshan is close. Gecko I think is close, right? We were looking a second ago. Hard to tell because they're on a different tab now. AG looks very close. Look at that view. That's looking nice. 8 minutes. Okay, we should probably give him a warning. What do you think? 8 minutes remaining. Oh my god, did you see what I typed into chat? I am failing over here. Okay. No one saw the 14 minutes because I added the number 14. That doesn't do anything.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. It's okay.
We got a lot going on here. I wish you could all see my screen right now. I have 3 screens in front of me and they're all completely filled with everything for this event. It's super
Same
fun.
here. Wow, look at this code here with KG here. This is, I mean, it's typical Replicube code, but it's just could you tell
Wait.
this is what that makes?
Yeah.
It's wow.
Like when in the Matrix, when the dude says I just see, I don't see the code anymore. Is that really what happens here? Could someone just look at this and go, oh, Aurora Borealis, that's beautiful? Probably not.
Yeah.
Someone
Wow.
in the chat said that there is someone on the leaderboard already, which would mean someone who's playing along at home has solved this puzzle.
Wow. That good job to that person.
Okay, no, but that's just me, I think. I think it's just me because I posted it.
Casper finished.
Casper's done.
Whew, good job.
7 minutes. Okay, so they could have done it in 15. Wow. Very nice. I think we're going to see another couple solves kind of trickle in here real quick because we have several people that are really close here. Look, we're very close here. We are looking pretty good here. Just a few. Look at that. Lots of green. Looking pretty good there. We got, I think that we're looking pretty close here too. We got that side view you were talking about as well.
And remember, for the contestants, if you don't end up getting the blind solve, we will break those ties by
Completion percent.
completion percent, overall match.
A small gecko says, I deleted my code. Oh no.
Oh no.
What
I hope-
happened?
That is unfortunate.
Control
I hope you can
Z.
undo and get it back
Control Z.
somehow.
Hopefully.
Control Z.
There is a bit of a problem. If when you switch tabs, it loses the undo history. Because
Oh no, that
Wallaber is not a
unfortunate.
good enough coder. And so that's really sad. That's really sad.
That's really unfortunate, Gecko. Well, you can still continue to solve and get as big a match percentage as you can.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so Casper now looks like Casper is probably going to try and... This looks like they're trying to optimize the code size here. Look at that. They just deleted a bunch of stuff.
Probably code size, yep.
Igloo. Okay.
And comments don't count toward code size. I appreciate the good comments. Misspelled igloo, but that's okay.
Ilgoo or whatever. Let's see. We probably don't care about that, do we? Okay.
Oh wait, go back to Casper's. I think he fixed it.
Ice
thing.
thing.
Okay, that one. That's easier words to spell. So yeah, good.
Very nice.
Thanks for fixing that. Gerson finished.
Nice.
Second place to
Second one
finish. Good
in.
job.
Very nice. Beautiful. Let's
So
bask
now
in that. Look at that
Gerson's gonna be
spin
focused on-
animation.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. That must be so satisfying to get that. And in less than 15 minutes, that is just. Whew.
Yeah.
When I play this game, normally it's just like I'm in a casual evening. I can just take my time and
Yeah. And then
listen
you
to the music.
look at
But
the
here,
clock and
we're
an hour's gone by. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And just like I'm in Zen. But here we're in total speed solving mode. Jagrif, the question is, so we have the blind solve time. So first, how fast you initially solved it, and then we have code cycles and code size, and all three of those categories are weighted equally by who got the first place in that category. So
Yeah.
Everyone's racing to solve it, and then they're racing to optimize either both categories or one of them.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, this overview above my head is just showing the final results from each round. So you don't necessarily get to see kind of the breakdown there of what was contributing to those points. Obviously, we have that off screen on a bigger spreadsheet, but just so you know. Let's see.
Yeah, there's a lot of numbers.
Okay, so who's close? Let's see who's coming in next here. Let's see. We got who's looking close here? KG hasn't solved yet, but if I look at their screen, like this looks really, really close. It looks like they're just trying to like isolate the humans. There we go.
Oh, nice. Great job, KG. And they're,
Nice.
they're about to post in the chat. Done. Oh, but just before them, Roshan, Funky Monkey.
Beautiful.
Just before.
That was
So, wow.
incredibly close. Yeah.
So Roshan, third person to solve. KG, fourth to solve.
And you can see
Wow.
immediately Roshan copied all their code, opened a new tab, pasted it, and is just starting to just destroy it right now. And just be like, what can I yank out?
And it's good to keep it back up just in case you like mess it up and I forgot what I changed. You can just revert. Yeah.
Yep.
Good job.
Nice work. Okay, so we've got we have about 3.5 minutes left in here. Let's see who's still closing in on a solution here. Okay, so we've got oh, this is our unnamed user. Who's our unnamed user on here again? I forgot. We never fixed that.
I think it's Larzipan.
Thank you. Yes.
Right.
Looking real close here. Look, the Aurora looks right to me right now, right? So I think we're just.
It looks like, but the green,
Oh, look, and there's like
the top two voxels are the same color, so you have to
Yeah.
special case that.
And like it's turning into that dark blue instead. Yep. So you got to
Yeah, which just happens to be the next color. Prinrin, finish the blind solve. Good
Nice
job.
job. All right.
Now Prinrin's time to optimize cycles.
Okay, let's take a look at the. So Prinrin's code looks pretty verbose. Was like 100
Already
lines.
looks pretty long, so probably cycles.
Yeah, that looks like a site. Yeah, it's 500 something code size. So pretty beefy on the code size. Take a quick look how the leaderboard's shaking up here.
Oh, Deathcat said SPO's on the leaderboard, but SPO didn't post in the SPO. If you can hear me, you can.
Yeah, SBO does
I'm
have
not sure. I'm not sure when you first solved it.
SBO says solved.
Okay.
Shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure the timing when you solved it, SBO.
Yeah. Was
two
anybody,
minutes ago.
Was anybody in the
okay,
chat
okay.
like? It looks like Matt might have been just slightly before Prinrin then, probably. In between. Well, hard to know actually. The timestamps here. Ooh,
yeah, it's close. I'll just mark SPO as finished right now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if anybody in a Twitch chat had an eagle eye there. Let us know if you have any awareness on the solve order there. This was the part we were most worried about capturing accurately, so you can see why.
It's all good.
Next time I'll make a little tool for this.
Yeah, 1 minute 45 seconds remaining. So people are.
Oh my
They
god!
have to get 100% solved.
What is going on? Time is flying by. At here, 90 seconds to go. Dang.
Yep. Wow.
All right, we are now in the very final stretch of our very first blind solve tournament. First of all, let me just say, like, the competitors have done an absolutely incredible job, and it's been so cool to see not only how quickly they could put these objects together, but the insights they were able to do so quickly and pull together different ways to solve under this time pressure is just amazing and really fun to visually watch these come together. This is really, really cool.
Yeah.
About a minute to go, so if anybody hasn't, let's see, we got a handful of people who haven't solved it yet, I think, right?
Yeah, let's go. Let's see if someone who hasn't solved it yet.
Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 solves in, so we should have 3 that haven't quite got it
Yeah,
yet.
Larzipan in the bottom middle here.
Jason's got it. Larzipan's
Just
still
figuring out the exact positioning of those.
at freaking Aurora Borealis, I would guess, right? Or maybe it's the humans. I don't know.
Yeah, or actually, I'm not sure what exactly is wrong.
Look at that code.
But it's very well. No. It's not even displaying yet. Whew. 20 seconds. 20 seconds remaining.
Oh my goodness. If you can get it in, if you can get the solve in, get it in now. Let's see what we got over here. Poggle's close, but has some weirdness with the floor, which is kind of interesting. So maybe some code with the
2,
Auroras bleeding into the
1.
Time!
That's time up.
Oh
All right.
my gosh.
Get your submissions in. Submit. And then your time pencils down. Whew. So we had 6 of our 9 contestants, I believe. Solve it.
SBO is super bummed. Yeah.
Yeah, SBO. It's hard to know because it was really close timing. People solved them right after each other.
Yeah.
No worries. There's a lot of time pressure here. It's easy to forget something. Wow, great job, contestants. Feel free to unmute yourselves. How you feel like that went? How was it like recreating that insane diorama.
I definitely did
That
not
was a
expect a level of
rush.
that magnitude.
Wow.
I was glad to have
yeah,
solved
definitely
it in a
was
reasonable
expected.
amount of time.
I'm very glad I found the floor. It's very funny. I posted that in chat.
Yeah. So can you explain the floor? Can we look at your code?
Okay. So
Who's
it's
which
this.
Prenman.
Okay.
Wait, no. Yeah.
I'll get it up in a second. 1 second. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
I had a lot of.
So this is the floor for this portion.
Oh
right
my
here.
God.
Oh,
Oh god, come on.
Wow. Can
Of
So,
course,
behind the
of course.
scenes, Replicube converts the answer you give into a double precision float.
Correct.
And then takes it modulo 16, and then whatever it matches up with down here at the bottom is what it outputs. The problem with that is the converts it to a double precision float, which if you're between 2 to the 53rd and 2 to the 54th, can't be more precise than multiples of 2. So if you say return this number here, which is 8 more than 2 to the 53rd, plus y,
It will map to.
then this returns to the 53rd plus 1, which gets rounded down, and this returns to the 53rd plus 2, which gets rounded to 2. Which gets rounded down to 0, and this gets turned to 2, which is exactly what you need, and that is faster than doing a check.
My goodness.
Like doing if the floor is this level, then this, and the floor is this level, then this.
And the famous what is it? First condition level.
Conditions may apply has that.
Yeah, is another place where this particular method has been employed. But I'm glad we got to see a live implementation of this ridiculous, like, deep corner of how the game treats numbers and modulos them, and all this happens to let you put in weird numbers that somehow magically map to the palette. Very cool.
Wow.
All right, so let's go ahead and see how we got on our remaining final metrics here.
Yes. So Gecko says, sadly, Gecko did have the Aurora done, but then unfortunately lost it due to
the Wallaber
the
broke their
undo.
heart. Yeah.
So, yeah. Sorry to hear that, Gecko. Okay, so 6 contestants finished.
Yep.
But 3 didn't. So is that correct? I believe
That is correct.
that is correct. So I'll give the other players the lowest possible score, or
Yeah.
should it be?
People were posting completion percentages in chat.
Oh, the completion percentages, right?
Yeah. So Poggle says
Poggle-
95.17.
95.1.7.
Mall had it
Gecko
up to
got 99%.
99.6.
Nice.
So we have a slight thing there, and then Larzapan says 92.24 shape. So maybe
Okay, but
overall
what's your-
would be different.
Yeah. What's your overall?
Right here, 92.12. So
92. Okay.
basically, it goes.
Small Gecko had the largest percentage.
Yeah, then
with-
Poggle, then
and
Larzapan.
then Poggle.
Yep.
Larzapan. Nice.
All right. Okay, so then let's have a look at the results for code size.
And I'm going to carry over those numbers for the last
Yeah, that
3
makes sense.
places to the other ones. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So who got first place in code size, and how much?
Size.
How
Okay,
what
we
was
have
the
a
code size?
we have a code size range of 100.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. What was?
I think your speeds are wrong. Somebody should have gotten 1.
Somebody should have gotten.
Wait,
1 point.
yeah. What's the?
Take a look here.
You
Yeah.
have 945,876, and then a 936.
Oh, so we haven't finished inputting all the numbers yet.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, but let's check afterwards to make sure they make sense. Yeah. So let's go through code size.
Oh
now.
wait, yeah, we may have a. Double
Or
check real
is that
quick
right?
here. Because we have.
Yeah. So on the leaderboard here, these add up. So for round 3, it's a sum of the 3 categories, and we've like partially put some of them. So
That's
yeah. So if I were to delete these numbers, like I'll do now. Now we have just the ranking purely of
Okay.
the blind solve.
carry on.
Yeah. So that's what we can see now.
Oh, yep. Okay.
So now I'll put these numbers back and let's go first
right.
place.
So we have a range of 400 in code size from first to last. So KG is in first place with 174. So that's
Wow.
like that's freaking tiny. Let's take a look.
That
here.
that is pretty small for a diorama of this. Wow.
And then SPO pretty close behind actually with 182, and Casper pretty close behind as well with 197. So we have these like under 200 block there. KG, SPO, then Casper, and then you go to Jerson with 317, so kind of in the middle there. Roshan 406, and then Prinrin with 582. So that's a pretty big range. I think Prinrin probably only had time to optimize cycles because as I look over at the cycles leaderboard, Prinrin is on top, 7.2. Are you up with me?
Okay, so Prinrin first place cycles, right?
Correct. And then Roshan, which currently it's going in the exact opposite order of code size. So Prinrin first,
Yeah.
Roshan second, then KG. Actually, so that's impressive. Wow, because KG was top on code size. KG had 37, which is a huge jump compared to Prinrin and Roshan, by the way, who are under 10 cycles.
Yeah.
Then you got Casper next, 42.4, and SPO just behind 44.3. And then Jerson coming in with a whopping 222 cycles per voxel. So clearly a bit more of doing a lot of stuff per voxel solution. But let's just say, like, wow. Nice job, everybody. That was very
Okay,
impressive.
so I think I have inputted all the numbers now. So I think if we look at the scores on the stream,
Whoa.
this should be the final. Is that correct?
We have a
Or
tie
what?
for second place.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, I think these scores are final, unless we made a typo, which I don't believe we did.
Yeah, we can go back and look later, and maybe if we look into if SPO's speed had been properly placed, it may have affected it because these ties are really
Wow.
close.
So how it works is if SPO had solved it
sooner.
too faster.
Yep.
Well, Casper still solved. Casper was the first place to solve the last round. So SPO would have had to solve it 2 places faster.
Yeah.
So it was very, very close.
Very close.
And
Wow.
And also Prinrin, just the same exact score as SPO got. So in my mind, the first 3 places are very close. Casper just barely pulling it out.
Yeah. Great job, everyone.
Very, very great job.
That was super impressive.
That's first. Then Roshan in 4th place, 49 points, 10 less, still very high score. And KG 48, just 1 point behind Roshan. Then Gerson 47, just 1 point behind. So our second pack very close together. And then we have Small Gecko with 31, Larzipan with 31, and then finally Paga with 20. Great job, everyone.
Yeah, that was
super
a
impressive
super impressive
showing by everyone. Just like, wow. I don't know if I would have been able to solve most of those. Maybe the strawberry cookie.
You're gonna have to participate next time, just to see.
Oh, this makes me want to participate next time. For sure. Like, I've had such a fun time commentating too.
Great. All right, so
Wow. So
congrats everyone, and we're gonna get ready now. So up next, we're gonna kind of switch gears a little bit, and we're gonna do a build battle. So the build battle is a little different. We're gonna give contestants, I think we have 5 or 6 contestants, a prompt, and they're just gonna make an object from their imagination, and we're gonna use Twitch chat and the contestants themselves to vote on their favorites, and that will be our fun second portion of today's event.
So we're halfway over. That's the first half. Now we're going to the second half.
That's right. So I'm going to.
While we're here, contestants, feel free to unmute yourselves. How did that round go? How do you feel about the rankings? Do you have any other interesting code things to share from any of the rounds that we didn't get to talk about? Anyone who wants to talk.
GG's Casper, you're very deserved.
Yeah, great job.
100%.
That's a lot of fun.
To be within spitting distance of Casper feels like a great honor. He's an absolute legend, always on the top of the leaderboards, usually edging me out by like 2 tokens.
Nice. So on the code size primarily?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah,
I
I'll
have
happily
cycles unlock.
I'll happily take a victory over Casper in that last round, but well deserving overall.
I'm curious if anybody had any fun ways to solve the Aurora. I used a table incrementing on the Z value. I don't know if anybody else had any other creative ideas.
Mine was just
I'd-
linear function for the back half and conditional for the front half.
Okay.
350
fast
characters of
I
brute
tried
force.
to do a linear
Yeah.
function for the back half, and I just couldn't quite get it to work. I was trying to do that to save length later, but
The Y
Need more
values
time.
are pretty simple on the overall. It goes
Yes.
up by 1 for every 2 steps to the back.
Yeah.
And then a linear function for the back part at least, because that's also scoots over by 1 for every 4.
Yeah, strictly speaking, my the way I did the Aurora was binary search in Z, and then just manually do every single layer,
Okay.
which is a bit faster, because binary search is better than going through all the cases.
Wow, I'm
So-
curious.
so
What do you
I'm
mean?
setting.
What do you mean by binary search? Could you explain that a
So
little bit?
First I get everything below Y because I need to get the floor, and that gets it back as well. And once I've said Z is less than 0 and Y, you can still watch this. But people watching on stream can't. But,
Oh yeah, we can't see
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I can't see it either.
I started to switch over to the next round. So
yeah, you're good. Don't worry. Don't worry. So if Z is so basically. I split it like Z less than or equal to 4, so that's the back Aurora, the one that's in part of the sky, and then the fully sky, and just do those, and then do the front 2, and then the middle 2, and just it's literally binary searching it in Z, because that means each thing only needs to see log of as many conditions in order to figure out what layer it's in, as opposed to the last ones are going to be seeing all of them.
I see. So that's mostly from a cycles point of view, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely cycles. That is
It's all
fascinating.
cycles.
Wow, I was fascinated to see for the I forget if it's the X or the Z axis, but like the other axis, like if you're looking at the scene from the side, so the igloo is on your left, like you see igloo and the people are lined up. That is like 2 lines defined, the aurora going lower to the ground, if that makes sense, vertically. I wouldn't like that was a great observation I saw. Did everyone make that observation? I'm curious, or did they kind of hard code each layer?
It's not worth it for if you already are splitting based on that. It is not worth it to do that optimization.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah,
'Cause
probably
you're-
from
'cause
a
you're already-
code
you're already
size
split
point
them.
of view, right? From code size point of view, you could say, oh, there's a linear, like the height is a linear thing related to Z. If you're trying to sort of pull out the whole thing in one expression, but if you're already breaking it up, yeah.
I did use like the linear coloring. It's just because if you have the offset for the Y's anyways,
Right.
then you can just use that. Reuse that for the coloring.
Oh, right. Yeah, so you could kind of get the coloring and the height all in one sort of
Oh yeah,
expression.
Yeah, it's the offset for your height is your color.
Right.
I'm pretty
Right.
sure you could wait. You could definitely do
Oh,
this with
yeah.
you could definitely do a magic number for the Aurora as well. Because the top one's 11. Never mind.
Yeah, you got to make it
I mean,
clamp so
I'm-
that the top two are the same. That's the tricky part, I
Yeah,
think.
I'm just gonna copy my rush Aurora that I had to redo because something happened to the first one.
Yeah, and of course, everyone, please
I'm just gonna copy that in the chat.
keep refining your solutions. And let's see if has anyone else solved this yet who's just been playing along at home. Let's see. Looks like maybe a couple people. Oh yeah, wow. There's like 21 people on the leaderboard now for the Aurora. Wild.
Wow. I'm gonna have to solve that off like on my own.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
You didn't
I
solve it
already
while
have
we were
this-
commentating? What? So lazy.
No, I have a lot of respect. Ida, who is Theos tokens, I have a lot of respect for as well. Who
Yeah.
unfortunately didn't make it here. They're in the next competition. So
Yeah, I think Ida Udemy is going to be up next in the build battle. So we've got lots of really super talented members of the community here today. It's really cool. All right, so I think what we'll do is we're going to take maybe a 2-minute break. So Patrick and I can grab a water or that kind of thing. And then I'm going to get the group set up, and we'll be back in just a moment with the build battle. All right. Welcome
By the
back,
way, I am
everybody.
splitting buckets. Hello.
And welcome back. We are now going to be doing part 2 of RepliFest Summer 2025, which is our build battle.
Oh, do you have a microphone unmuted?
So
Oliver?
festive.
Just checking.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Someone posted in Twitch chat that. Okay.
I think there was a moment there where,
Okay,
it
sorry,
was slightly unprofessional, but I think we're now back to professional.
Unprofessional.
Great.
Oh, and before we start, this is unbelievable. Guess what arrived in the mail literally during the stream? You see this?
Basically.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
Repli shirt.
And
And the code on the back. Oh my god.
Cheat. Spoilers.
spoilers for a level.
Function Menger.
Yeah, so this is my first
That's
attempt
so
at some
cool.
merch, and it just literally showed up while we were streaming. So that's pretty
really
awesome.
Cool.
I'm
my God, I
wearing
need
my
that.
second nerdiest shirt today, which is the pie shirt, but now I got to wear my Replicube shirt. All
I
right.
need that shirt.
So anyway,
Yeah, I might be getting one of those shirts.
we are doing. Yeah, I wanted to get one myself and make sure the quality was good. Before I told everyone to go buy it. Not that they would listen to me, but you know what I mean. Okay. The Menger leaderboards are in shambles. Yeah, I know. We just spoiled it. Someone clipped that and all right.
Yeah, it's so Jover.
So we're doing a build battle. So this is kind of inspired by Minecraft build battles, where basically all the players are going to have a limited amount of time. We're going to be at 15 minutes. And we're going to give them a prompt, which I will reveal in a second and when they start. And then they have 15 minutes to just make something creative based on the prompt. So this is definitely showing the other side of the game. We saw the sort of like hardcore code replication stuff during the blind solve tournament. And now we're going to switch to the creative side of the game. We're just like, what kind of cool stuff can you make? So, and we're going to we're going to have 2 votes. Twitch chat is going to vote on their favorites. And then we'll give award points based on the Twitch chat results. And also the competitors will get a poll in Discord after each round to vote on who they think made the coolest or their favorite object. And those are going to count evenly. So your fellow creators will also be influencing. Please don't all vote for yourself, I guess. Would just be like sort of an obvious thing to say there. But
Yeah, so it's an official rule that you're not allowed to vote for yourself, correct?
yeah. Got to vote for
If
somebody
you
else.
vote for yourself, you get exploded.
Yeah. Then I don't know. We'll think of something hilarious to do.
You get de-replicated.
Yeah. All right. So
We're no longer allowed to use the "and" keyword in any further challenges.
there you go. That would
That's
be.
brutal.
I mean, actually, surprisingly.
Kind of confused on what we're doing right now.
All right, build battle round 1. Are you ready to hear the theme?
All right. So everyone is allowed to just to be.
Oh boy.
So you're allowed to make the build any size, and are
Yes.
contestants allowed to make them animated if they want to?
Yes. If you want to make an animation, go for it. You do not have to
Awesome.
at all. All right. So here is our first theme. Our first theme is
Oh baby.
breakfast.
Oh.
Breakfast.
Breakfast. All right, we can do that. I can work
Okay.
with that.
All right. So you've got 15 minutes. Go.
All right.
Okay.
Start now.
Me when
Alright.
I'm going.
So you can see we have
So we're going to
6.
leave the contestants all unmuted for this competition because there's no kind of cheating off each other's.
Yeah. And we've got someone in
it's-
chat, Perez Hest in chat, saying, vote for yourself in the last round. That's Galaxy Brain right there. You can't get, eliminated from future rounds if you do it on the last round.
So I'm really curious to see what the contestants do. Like
Bonus points for animation, I'm guessing.
So
I mean,
I don't.
what do you think people will like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and keep in mind you only have 15 minutes, so it might be tough to animate something.
Yeah.
but
We will
not a requirement at all to animate.
we'll give verbal updates about the amount of time, and we'll also ping chat a few times here and there with timers. And let's see if we but we're starting to get let's start to guess what's going on here. We've got an interesting little sort of ring here. Is this a plate?
Maybe a plate.
Could be a plate.
Oh.
I would guess most breakfasts. in
I'm
the
feeling
world
like
have
we've also
plates.
got a table and a plate possibly here. Look at this. Look at the amount of discs. Oh,
Lot
we
of
got
plates.
a bowl. Look at that. That was a very fast bowl.
Discs. Bowl jump scare?
Yeah, time to bowl was like
Time
less
to
than a
bowl.
minute.
Little thing.
It looks kind of like an upside down igloo, personally.
Yeah, that bowl is that's what happens when you don't round your
Wait.
distance. You
Oh.
get that little outlier voxel. What do we got happening over here? We got okay, well, was this going to be based on the colors? It's this like I feel like this is an ice cream sandwich or some Oreos or something happening here. Interesting breakfast choice. We'll see
I
how
think it's
it
more of a
goes, though.
cookie sandwich than ice cream sandwich, personally.
Fair enough.
So I'm curious if contestants, like, I would personally be trying to make something unique.
Yeah.
But you could also just make even if two contestants make the same, basic idea, you can judge it who did the idea better, because I'm
Yeah.
sure whatever
And we might
food
get,
it is,
we might get some cultural differences too. I mean, what you have for breakfast is pretty different depending on where you grew up or where you live, We are getting, I mean, definitely got some bowls happening here. Got some colorization happening here on the Hallowed Seamstress's bowl. We've got, trying to figure out what is this also, is this an upcoming bowl here? What do you think here on BBB's screen? Could be a bun.
I don't know.
Maybe they're having a hamburger for breakfast, could be.
Maybe the breakfast got burned.
Interesting color choice indeed. Whoa, what do we got here? Look at this. Is this
Ooh, it looks pretty bacony.
Noodles? Oh, bacon. I should have known. It does look bacon-esque. Yeah, Rivo in chat says that they're convinced that that's bacon. Okay. Yep. We've also got some interesting colors popping up here. That looked like a nice little, like, what do you call those, like, wafer cookie things? That's what it looked
Wafer
like
cookies?
here. Yeah.
Strawberry cookies?
Yeah. Similar to our, maybe they were inspired by the, oh, we got a stripe on the bacon now. Look at that.
Oh, very nice.
I can almost hear it.
Yum.
So it's one thing that it's nice about all the official puzzles in the game, and just a lot of the best user submitted puzzles, is what looks good in voxel format.
Yeah.
And it's similar to like building nice builds in Minecraft. You can't build everything in voxel format. You have to adapt to the canvas you're given. So like circles sometimes are difficult to make
and
look
you can
good
see,
unless they have a high resolution.
Yeah, you can see a lot of our players here electing to have pretty big object sizes.
Yeah, it makes sense. It looks like most people are going for some sort of plate.
Maybe on the other end here, we've got pizza lovers maybe going for something a little more quaint in size. Oh, what do we got here? Is this fried rice? What do we got here? What's Udemy doing here?
It looks like it might be an egg omelet, or like the omu rice.
Omu rice
with egg of Yeah,
I'm hungry.
We'll have to see how things evolve.
Why did I pick food topic? I'm gonna be hungry this whole time.
Yeah, I haven't eaten yet today. I woke up at like 1. It's now 3 here. So.
Interesting. What do we got here? It's like a little, maybe like a. This could be egg.
Could be sunny side up egg.
Yeah, it could be an egg related situation here. We got this also looking like eggs and bacon happening here. People are having some nice breakfast. Like dang.
Yeah, this is looking nice.
What else is on breakfast? What is a breakfast?
What is breakfast?
What's part of a balanced breakfast?
Don't you remember those commercials where if they advertise cereal, they have to show like orange juice?
This bacon looks
like,
raw.
5 bananas and yeah.
Oh, interesting here. Okay, this is looking. I'm getting a cereal impression here from Hallowed Seamstress.
This is now me struggling with random.
How much time we got left?
Generation.
We have almost exactly 10 minutes. A little under 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Not bad.
Robbie asked, how come no one's making a sandwich?
The classic sandwich, the original breakfast food. They say that could be contested. I mean, we don't want to start any debates here about what constitutes breakfast. I think if it's food, it can be breakfast, right? I mean, that's just logic. Most of my breakfasts are just Cliff Bars, says V8 Ninja.
I love Cliff Bars.
That would be an interesting thing to try and make. You try and make like half the wrapper and then half the bar like poking out or something, We got some cool patterns happening here on a few screens now. I like this little diagonal pattern here. Also, let's just go back here because what has Udemy got here? This is looking like maybe that's some ketchup. I mean, right now I would say it's a significant amount of ketchup, but
Taste their own, really.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. We're getting like a little
tart. I think I know what that is.
Is that like an egg tart or something like that, or pancakes? Maybe?
I think it's pancakes.
We see Corey Mill saying no pancakes or waffles. Sad face. I think I think it's coming together, Corey. Like, keep your eyes on the screen here. We got some different things happening. Cheesecake, cheese wheel, Rivo says. I mean, I guess that could be breakfast, you know? I'm just going to have an entire wheel of cheese.
So here, it's interesting looking at people's code because here we are not optimizing for code size. We're not optimizing for cycles. We're not all even optimizing for first solve.
Yeah.
So people are, at least pizza lovers here, is using the color constants. Whereas we do not
much of that,
typically see people use those, even though they're the same code size.
Yeah.
It's just quicker to type in, a number.
Let's have a look. Let's do a little code tour here. Whoa, look at that scroll bar. That means we've got... Oh, what's happening here? We're seeing some animation taking place?
At least one animation now.
Heads up, everyone. We may have an animation gauntlet throwing down here. I'm not quite sure what... Is this going to be a fork? A giant fork? Oh, wait, no. Now it's a... Now, I don't know. Let's not speculate too much.
Speculation.
This is looking color-wise. This one, like, appetizing at this point. This one's looking
I'm
pretty
mistyping
appetizing.
everything now.
7 minutes and 30 seconds left. That's half time.
Also, this looking very tasty, like that. I love that shape. Really beautiful. We've got okay, so some progress here on the alleged cereal happening over here. We've got what is this? Is this syrup? Are we seeing the appearance of some syrup?
That I bet it is.
Okay, what is this pattern that's coming in here? Is this going to be this? Is this going to be the sides? This is going to be the syrup dripping down the sides. I'm calling it right now. They're just trying to figure out how to isolate it. There it is. Look at that. We've almost got syrup dripping down the sides there. Beautiful.
This is a fascinating competition to me because you have to, these contestants know the tricks about, hey, how do I quickly make symmetry? How do I quickly make patterns? But they have to use them in a creative way to make, they don't have to replicate a certain object. They can make whatever they want. That is, yeah,
we're getting some interesting color visualizations going on here. Ooh. What's this? What are we leading towards here, you think? Oh, okay. Never mind. Something a little more circular. Oh, I think I see what's happening here. Look at that.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Oh, that's a little nice touch. Okay.
Make your food hot. What
it looks like Udime's. We're gonna get some utensils. Hearing. Looks like maybe. Oh, let's check in on the alleged cereal. This is looking much more cereal-esque, I would say. Look at that. Now let's do a realism check here. Wouldn't it all be floating at the top, or are they just really soggy and they've gone to the bottom now? That's actually a great cereal question. I mean,
there'd be enough in
preferences,
that,
stylistic, probably.
Why is that cereal so colorful? Amber, what kind of cereal are you eating? This is cereal. It needs to be sugar. Colorful
it's just
sugar.
What US Fruit Loops look like. US Fruit Loops are so horrifyingly colorful. So in comparison, it's
I mean, I think
weird.
actually the palette for this game was basically just taken from Fruit Loops, right? I think.
Amazing.
Why did my then disappear?
We have a case of a lost then. Look, we're getting possibly a drink happening here.
Oh yeah, part of a balanced breakfast.
Yeah, exactly.
And kind of a square.
These are looking very nice.
I like this plate here. This is like a fancy plate. It's a nice little square plate. Like this is fancy. In a hotel or something. UK cereal is less terrifying, Amber says.
What happens when I increase the size?
That's always fun to see what happens with your build. Sometimes your code that is actually like doing weird stuff is constrained by the object bounds. Like you make the thing bigger and you just see weird things extend off into the regions you hadn't thought about or accounted for. What is this? What have we got this? Why are we cutting the cereal in half? Why are we dividing the lands of the cereal?
I bet it's adding a spoon.
You think it's gonna be a spoon? I mean, color-wise.
Oh, but I don't know what else to add.
Well, we have 4 minutes.
Yeah, we have 4 minutes left. The contestants can choose to add lots of objects or maybe choose to pretty up what they already have.
Nice little spoon there on Udime's screen. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty Like it. We've got we definitely got a drink over here.
Udemy choosing to now add animation toward the end of the.
Oh yeah, we see the animating graph going. I don't know if we've got any code that's participating in it quite yet. I see a T coming into the code right now. Whoa. Okay.
Breakfast has exploded.
Work in progress.
Breakfast has exploded. Huh? Why?
So one thing of note here is that the contestants, when the time limit is up, they have to be pencils down, and whatever they have code running is their solution. So they have to be sure not to kind of make a mistake and try to introduce something at the last minute because they.
Whoa! What's happening here? Look at this. It's like forming in front of our eyes. That was wild.
On the wrong
interesting.
Part of code.
Yeah, so contestants right now are probably like saying, "I'm trying to make a glass. Like, I wish I could have those semi-transparent voxels." Wahlberg, why didn't you let us have semi-transparent voxels? But you got to make do, you know. I guess you could try. Oh yeah, look, that did in fact become a submerged spoon.
Within some definition of a spoon.
Yeah. Wait, if you cut it to the point where we can see it, does it have a hand? No.
Oh no, of course.
It's all a lie.
It's a chopstick.
This is art.
This is what?
This is art, exactly. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Is starting to look. I like the little. I like the like sort of non-uniform sort of these pancakes are sort of
the leaning tower pancakes.
Yeah, that really gives it a nice little like dynamic feel.
I like my bacon long.
I find it interesting observing the aesthetics of Replicube. So there's a bunch of the Replicube, puzzles that you've made, Wallaber, and also tons of the user-made stuff. And there's certainly an aesthetic about. Do you choose to make very cubic things? Do you choose to make, or do you choose to make things with lots of little details and stray voxels everywhere?
Yeah. By the way, 90 seconds, everyone. About a minute and a half to go.
90 seconds. Okay.
Yeah, I mean these are cool. Like this is really cool. Look at this. Turning out great. And we definitely got a little bit of animation happening here. Looks like this is we're seeing that not only the item but the process of consuming it. Looks like.
Wait.
They're very orderly in how they eat their breakfast.
Yeah. I mean, I eat my breakfast by carving a sphere that's sliding down along the y-axis, don't you?
Yeah. My mouth just follows that, like. Yeah, like Pac-Man.
Yeah. Vertical Pac-Man, like that's what you do.
So contestants.
I may not have a brain, but I have an idea.
45 seconds, by the way.
And whatever's at the time limit, you have to be pencils down.
Yeah, we're just gonna make the
45 seconds enough to try and animate it.
30
so
seconds.
Sure you don't...
Yeah, good luck. Make your final decisions now. Put in your final touches. We're gonna get ready with our polls here in a second. Look, and this is really nice. What is BS Gamer doing?
15 seconds. 14.
They're uploading
13,
to CubeNet.
12, 11, 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
Done. Pencils down. Ding. All right. So should we have everyone submit their the projects to the CubeNet now, or are we just gonna look at them on the screen?
Or we can just look at them on screen. We could go if you just make the voxel view as big as you can. Yeah. That would be nice. And
then everyone,
I'm going to start getting a poll together here.
So everyone in the Discord call, you can look at Wallaber's, video here to see everyone else's build.
I was trying to put in a fork at the last minute, but I ran out of time, and I'm like, I just got to take the whole fork out.
Hold on, I'm going through advertisements.
Okay, so you can view the Twitch stream, or you can view it on Discord through Wallaber's webcam.
Oh, yeah.
That's because that has lower latency.
Yeah, lower latency.
You got a lot of good breakfasts here, actually.
This is really cool.
Good job, everyone. These are really cool.
This is what I was hoping for. I'm glad everyone kind of took most everyone took a different route, and they're all really good.
Oh no, can I not do enough on a Twitch poll? I can't do 6, I can do 5? Come on. Oh no.
Can you really quickly code poll in CubeNet?
Dang it.
And then upload the build?
Oh no. Wait.
Maybe we could do a Twitch chat, or we could do a straw poll website if it's really limited to 5.
It looks like it's limited to 5. Yeah. So where do I need to quickly? What URL am I typing in right now?
Yeah, it just
Straw poll.
there's a website called Straw Poll, and you can post a link in the Twitch chat.
We're doing this right now. We're doing it live. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know the Twitch chat was limited.
I mean,
to 5.
if everyone in Twitch chat is on Discord, we can do a Discord poll.
I don't know if everyone's.
Yeah,
on
probably
Discord.
not. We're gonna do one in the. Actually, do you know how to do it, Patrick? To do one in the chat we're in right now for the competitor's choice. Or maybe you can't. I bet I have to do it. Right.
Yeah, you could do it. You could do it in Discord or make a second straw poll. Either one works.
Well, we're gonna need the competitors to vote amongst themselves as well. Is what I was saying.
Man, I love all of the submissions here.
Oh, I see what you're
these
saying.
Submissions are awesome.
My spoon became slightly more spoon-like.
I liked my egg function. I wrote a function to render one egg, and then I just did
egg renderer.
If egg 1 or egg 2, then return egg.
Egg renderer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe.
I love the egg renderer.
Okay, I believe we've got a poll up. So everyone watching on Twitch, please go here. And,
oh, geez, now I have to
get
decide
your
which of you guys I
votes
like most, huh?
Now I'm gonna run a quick poll inside.
Oh boy.
Here inside Discord
I'm
for
gonna
the
mute on
participants.
Discord and go talk with my chat.
So yeah, everyone go vote. You can vote in the Twitch chat. And then the contestants will also vote among themselves, and they can't vote for themselves.
Yeah,
and
I'm
those
gonna
two will
do
have
that.
equal weight.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now inside Discord here. Just getting.
Personally, I will vote on the Twitch chat one.
Yes, please.
So, It's tough for me. These are so.
Yeah, these are really good. Gonna be a like. All right. Okay, participants in the chat, you should be able to do some voting. And everyone watching on Twitch, please go to that link I just posted. And let's see, let's get some votes in here. Oh man, what am I gonna choose?
Yeah, we will leave the votes open for a couple minutes here. How long do we want to say? Like a minute or two?
Yeah, maybe maybe 2-3 minutes. Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right, we got votes coming in. We got a good number of votes coming in actually. We got 33 votes already in for us. So thank you Twitch chat for going in. And,
I also like how the contestants here can choose the best angle and how much they want to show the cross section.
Yeah,
just like how when you upload your project to CubeNet, you can choose your best angle.
Yeah, actually, I think is this this is actually cut off like in the object.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cut off in the object.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like so.
Yeah.
This is a dangerous
Can't you see
way to eat your breakfast.
in this wonderful cone size at the top left corner.
Which one?
Oh, what's my
I used
size?
to make my my object look pretty. To do the anti-aliasing in air quotes, I set my scale to 0.5, and that plus 4K monitor means that my code is absolutely minuscule.
Clever.
All right, we got some. We might have an issue with the voting in the Discord because we got a 3-way tie.
Do we? Let's see.
Oh well, that's fine because there's 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, how are you scoring that?
We can give them the same points, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me paste the link, the voting link, in my Twitch chat.
Oh boy, here we go. Let's look at them one by one real quick here. Okay, so here's that BS Gamers. So this is the sizzling. Like, wow, that bacon is really well cooked, I would say.
Yeah, very well done. I like my bacon well done.
Okay, all right, fair enough. To each their own, you know. And also, I like how the bacon is sort of like flopped up on top of the egg, so we can see the order that they were placed down on the griddle there. Very nice, and we like the little animation there of the heat lines.
Yes.
Although the choice of blue, interesting choice, not traditionally associated with heat, but it's nice.
Well, but yeah, it's just moving air. It's just like air waving around in the air. You know, it's not.
Do you see how the background's blue? I made the background, made the voxels a lighter blue because
Okay, got it. Then we got Hamstar with a similar choice, but now we're not on the grill. We're actually plated and ready to eat, and that bacon looks cooked less aggressively, I would say. We also have a nice drink here.
I'll admit it's maybe a little bit underdone for how I would personally eat the bacon, but I think it kind of captures the iconic look of what a strip of bacon looks like in your head. You know,
when limited to a palate, sacrifices must be made.
Oh boy.
Very beautiful. Nice
also, I got some very yolky eggs. Apparently, I don't know if I've ever had eggs with that much yolk in them.
Yeah, that's a new diet.
I imagined that was like beans on toast, actually.
I shouldn't have said anything. let your imagination take it. You know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder and not the artist, right?
That's right. A very good point.
Named egg.
That's true. Function.
I do like the function named egg.
Yes. I love. Yeah, that was. I really enjoyed this line of code here. Where it was just like egg 1 or egg 2.
If E, then return E. If egg, return egg. Beautiful. All right, we got BBB here with the stack of pancakes and a really generous amount of butter, I would say. Really nice. I mean, when choosing between what?
That's about the amount of butter I put on there.
Yeah.
Nice. I really like the scale of the butter. It makes the pancakes cartoonishly proportioned and exaggerated in a good way.
Also, I'm now
that's butter.
Like noticing a repeating pattern vertically, which is kind of cool. It's like down 2, shift over 1, then down 2, shift over 1. Yeah, it really gives it a nice presentation.
I love my pancakes.
Very nice. All right. And then we've got Udame's beautiful.
This one's
beautiful
so
breakfast.
pretty.
Yeah, look
I
at
love
that.
this one.
And I think we all think that that's the way now to eat. Is this this is the official way?
I love carving spheres out of my food.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to put eggs, but
let me say about this one.
Let
me say about this one. This code is really pretty too.
Yeah, look at that. A single return statement. Well, we got one little thing.
How
Offsetting
I normally program in Replicube. So
yeah, it's pretty common, right? Because once you start caring about code size, this becomes the way you see the world. It's amazing.
Yeah, personally, that's what I always do too. I just do one return expression.
That's been meta, yeah.
Yeah. It's fun to see the different formatting people do as well.
It was kind of wild.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a ternary heaven, so I really like it because I love ternaries. But Hello Seamstress, beautiful.
Like I like to.
Yeah,
ternaries.
I mean, you love to hate them, right? That's the.
If I can't do triple nested ternaries for my printing.
Yeah, so Hello Seamstress, can you tell us a little bit how are these colors coming about here? It's not super evident to me what's going on.
It is me setting the UI. Sure, we're gonna do the 1.5 if I can actually click on it because it's tiny.
Yeah, you made it all tiny.
People can actually see it.
There we go.
Okay, the way the colors are done is just I've got the colors array of a bunch of random stuff, and then just throw stuff at the wall.
Okay.
And
I always have trouble trying to get a random seeming pattern in Replicube, and so I'm really impressed by the way this looks like just cereal thrown in a bowl.
And because these are all multiplied together, you can see it. Well, I guess it'd be y equals -2 or something. That would hit 0, and that's why we have that row where there's no cereal in that one row there.
Sure.
It's not -2 though. That's farther down. I don't know what's going on there.
By the way, I did make my stream, Wallaber's stream, visible on my stream.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then finally, Pizza Lovers with I like the. We did get a little animation in here. I didn't pick up on that. That's nice. Look at that.
Wallaber, I think you got signed out on your little scoreboard thing that says signed out.
Oh my God! Thank you. Here we go. We're back. We're back.
We're so back. We are so back.
Oh my gosh. All right. So I think we probably got all the votes in-ish by now, right? How many did we get? 39. Beautiful. So let's take a look at the audience vote. And it was extremely close. Wow. So we have Hamstar in first place with 15 votes. And then 1 vote less is Udame in second place. Beautiful.
Deserved.
Yeah,
well
really
deserved.
Nice. And then next is Pizza Lovers. People appreciated the syrup. Some syrup appreciators in the chat. And then, actually, it's a tie. So Pizza Lovers and BBB are tied. for third place.
Came
And then
out
also a
dead
tie
last.
Pancakes
for
tied.
Hallowed Seamstress and BS Gamer, both with 1 vote each. So it was Hamstar first, Udemy second, and then Pizza and BBB tied. And then Hallowed Seamstress and BS Gamer tied for the audience award. Now, how did it turn out amongst the
1 point, yippee.
Looks like in the competitors sphere, is this, do I need to like refresh it or no, it looks right. We've got Pizza Lover is the winner with 3 votes. This one. So actually a pretty big difference between chat and the competitors. So there may be a slight difference in what they appreciate about each other's objects. That's first place for the competitors vote. And then we have a tie for second place, a 3-way tie, Hamstar, BBB, and Udemy, all with 1 vote each.
Oh, the syrup dripping down is amazing.
It's a really nice touch. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I feel like there's not enough done in Replicube with slow animations. So the way that this uses that like 1 FPS just slow slide of the syrup
I
is
just
really
got
nice.
lucky with the default settings.
It really just encapsulates just like the slowness of it.
And the best part is that apparently that's just because Pizza Lovers just left it at the default. Hilarious. Okay. All right. Nice job, everyone. That was really cool.
Nice job. So Hamstar is leading now
My
with 9
chat's
points.
saying recount the votes.
Well, we're going to recount the votes for round 2, which we're about to start right now.
Well, yeah,
okay?
of course.
Everybody ready?
All right,
All right,
hold
so
on,
everyone open a blank sheet.
Yeah, get to a
Right.
fresh, empty thing, and let's get ready for.
Yeah, you could do a new tab, or you could do a new project because you might want to change the size here. So,
right.
Yeah, I'd recommend a new project. Save your project so you can post it to CubeNet later.
Yeah, please do.
We'll just clear it all out.
If you would like, yeah.
All right, so it's time to reveal the round 2 theme. All right, so we had breakfast. Now, considering that this is RepliFest Summer 2025, hopefully the first of many, our round 2 theme is summer fun.
Summer. Oh.
All right. So something you do in the summer, 15 minutes on the clock, ready, set, build. All right. And we reset.
Good luck, everyone.
Possibilities are endless. I know for me, the thing I like to do in summer is wear my brand new
Product placement.
That nothing says summer to me like writing code to make fractals. Colorful fractals, but it's fractals nonetheless.
I love fractals.
Doesn't say summer to me, that just says any point in time.
Yeah. Now we're getting already some interesting patterns here. Like what? Look at this. We got here. We're gonna be. Is this a slope? Why do we want a slope? What are we gonna be doing here? Is this gonna be a wave? Is this gonna be water? Is this gonna be?
So it's fast, for anyone not too familiar with Replicube, the reason why these colors are so chaotic is because it's literally returning, like, if you imagine the equation splitting the world in half.
Yeah,
it's like the distance from that plane.
Right.
Yeah, we're like looking at a number line right now, and everywhere you see, white is a number 1, and everywhere you see a gray is a number 2. And
it's just the distance from that plane. So the numbers get bigger and bigger as you go. So this person's probably gonna just mask all those to the same color.
Yeah, eventually. Look, we got another slope happening here too at an interesting angle.
Yeah, just like how this person is with the and 9 there. Lua, if you do and a number, whatever the last number is, that will be returned as a number from the Boolean expression.
Have a look at this.
So it's the weird hack.
We are so back. So true, Dusty.
This looks to me like a certain location that you may think of when you think summer.
I think we may be seeing a couple of those locations.
Mm-hmm.
That one Geometry song.
Everybody.
Well, like
has
this
the same idea.
and this. Yeah, look at the colors on the screen right now. We've got a few colors in
So we
common.
just need to copy paste the entire solution to the island level.
Oh yeah. I already did this challenge for myself, and I made that puzzle that everyone loves to hate because that puzzle is really hard.
Ooh, I don't know what else to do here.
Hey, Extend in the chat. Glad you could catch it. This is the second half of the event. So the first half, the speed solve, you could watch the video.
Yeah, it was really great. We had an amazing speed solve competition. Super
really
fun.
intense. Great performance by people.
One thing I didn't do a good job of during the speed solve thing was to shout out the creators of the 3 puzzles.
Oh yeah.
But I did mark them in CubeNet, so if you go take a look at CubeNet, it's properly, crediting the creators of those puzzles. Thank you so much for extra members of our community who didn't take part live, but they made these really great objects, and that was really fun. I was really
those are
happy
great
about
objects for speed solving.
Yeah, very cool. All right, what's coming together here?
All right.
Okay, we're clearly seeing. Okay, we already got some animation here, so that's ambitious.
Oh, animation.
Okay, what do we got here?
Animation station.
Okay, so this is looking a little more, different location, I would say. What do you think? Is that thing up in the corner what I think it is?
Guys.
I think it's a really big yellow beach ball.
Exactly. I must not. I mustn't.
Ooh, look at the colors here. This is really pretty.
Ooh, whoa, that's a neat animation for that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, I don't know what to do here.
Mage in the chat says sun on a hill, I think. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Ravo says classic corner sun.
Yeah, sorry for spoiling there. But
yeah, we may have a sun. Look, spoilers for the fellow contestants. We may have a sun in the corner. I'm just saying, if you weren't planning on a corner sun, just be aware that other contestants might be corner sunning. So something to keep an eye on.
Oh.
Interesting. Yeah, look, we got some cool patterns here. I like this. This is really cool looking. You can see it's trying to figure out how to sort of distinguish the surfaces.
Feeling pretty down and out right now.
Oh, really?
I'm having trouble. I'm just like sitting at the start of it and trying to think of how am I going to make the shape that I want.
Yeah.
My Zen got missing again.
There's a lot of things you do in the summer,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something else now.
Let's see. Chat, people in Twitch chat, what's the summer activity? Help our contestants out. You could ride your bicycle.
Summering.
I don't know how hard a bicycle we make actually.
That'd be kind of wild. Yeah, how about
you could play frisbee with your friends.
You know what? I'll go with my second idea, and we'll run with this. Give me 1 second.
You could do some archery. I don't know. People say water gun fights, gaming, playing Replicube. Thank you, Poggle. Wow.
Playing Replicube.
Someone just make a little scene of you playing Replicube inside Replicube. But put a corner sun so we know it's in the summer.
Replicube's.
Yeah, something that says you're not in school, right? That'd be a way to do it.
Oh boy, I don't know. Hold on, how much time do we got left? We have
9 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah. Okay, we're definitely seeing some. This looks like we might be out away from the beach here. Okay, definitely getting that one. What's going on? Let's check in on Circle Sun. What do we got over here on Circle Sun? We've got. Is that a person? What is that? What do we think? Just so few voxels. You got to really use them sparingly.
Yeah, right. Personally,
object size just got maxed.
I was about to say personally, I really am a fan of small scenes.
Yeah,
but yeah.
There's a creator in CubeNet who's been doing a series called what are they calling them? They're calling them like tiny objects or
tiny puzzles. Let's see.
What was
it?
The
tiny
puzzles. Challenge. Yeah, Nanoc has been making all these little tiny challenges, and they're so cool. They're all these really concise little objects. They're very, very cool. My favorite one, I think, maybe is the towel on the rack. It's just so perfectly, executed in such a small number of voxels. Very cool.
Wait, no.
Animation time.
Yeah, it looks like a fair amount of animation is occurring.
It's cool to see that everyone has the same color palette and they choose to use different colors to represent same objects.
Yeah, I think we might be getting. Oh no! Wait, we could be getting a tree. I think we've got a tree.
Ooh.
Tree?
We may have a tree.
Ka-chow?
We may have a tree. Time to tree.
It's
7 something minutes. Okay. Oh, actually, we might have 2 trees. Look at this. I think we've got 2 trees in progress right now. Fun to see some nature. Traditionally pretty tricky to do with cubes.
Okay.
Oh, Corey Mill says maybe it's an umbrella. That is a good call. Umbrella could be. Oh, I think we are seeing an umbrella come together here. Look at this.
Oh, yep.
Yep. Beach umbrella. Similar thinking here on Pizza Lovers and Udame's screen, I think. What do we got here?
I like the animations that various people have going.
Yeah. If I can catch a couple while there.
Change anything.
Yeah, what happened, BB? We now are looking at. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're back.
Where's the error here? Line 11? What? So where? Huh?
Yeah, we've got the nice waves coming in and out here. Oh, look at this. What do we got here? Oh. It was not a corner
I'm intrigued.
sun? I don't think it's a corner sun anymore.
I'm intrigued about what. Whoa.
I'm getting a tennis feeling from this. I mean, not based on the color, but the motion.
Yeah, I'm curious. X-Sun says Super Mario Bros. 3 Sun. It could be.
The thing where you whack a ball that's tied to a stick.
Oh, tetherball. Yeah, someone in chat just said tetherball, perhaps. Oh, good luck with the line. I'm looking forward to the line that's going to connect that to a pole, if that's what that is. Lines are annoying. Ooh, look at this.
I'll
Beautiful.
open MS Paint, try and sketch out what I want to draw.
I've got a nice
trigonometry function alert. Nice
Trigonometry dash? Question mark? I love that game.
That'll work.
I don't know.
This is looking cool. Got some very interesting
to
different
see.
objects here. Oh
All
man!
the contestants have chosen to do scenes, like so. There's they're all dioramas.
Yes.
There's no object floating in space here.
Right. They all have a ground and sort of Look at this. This looks like a certain activity that takes place out here. What do you think?
Oh, wow! That is a cool animation.
That is really cool.
Oh,
really cool.
I don't know what to do.
I mean, I think we need the thing that goes on top of that thing. You know. Whoa! Look at that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's very cool.
I think we might be getting there.
That is mesmerizing.
This
is looking really pretty. Nice colors here. Oh, I like. Look at that. Look at that. It's not.
I don't know how to.
It's broken up into 6.
I'm scared.
The like partitions.
Yeah. So the angle has been divided. I think that's.
Yeah, we got to see. There's got to be an ATAN in here somewhere, then, right? In the code.
Yeah, there's an ATAN at the last line.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
so just under 5 minutes left, contestants.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
So last 1/3 of the
That should be enough
competition.
time. I got this.
Exxon says ATAN spotted. Yeah, I'm glad we got to see an ATAN appearance in today's competition. It's always good.
Highway type. I have no idea how to do this. Oh my god, I don't know what else to do. I think I might be a bit cooked.
Well, it's not. What are you talking about? Look at that. This is awesome. If you just change the colors, then it's zoomed out and it's 2 people on a raft. Nailed it.
I do need one more size to get this to work.
My computer is not liking this.
Whoa.
That'll down one.
I just saw some weird stuff on that BS Gamer screen a second ago.
Oh yeah,
there.
That's a funny thing that
Still
can
not
happen when you're.
Oh, when you resize, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do one more then.
All right, we got.
Sorry, I'll mute my mic. I'm muttering to myself.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fun to hear the inner machinations. We got about 3.5 minutes.
Oh, I don't think I can do that in that amount of time.
Okay, what is Udemy adding here? What we got here?
So now the contestants have to weigh. Yeah, do they have enough time?
You want to
what they
try
wanna
and
do.
add in another little item or something? Oh, is this going to be? Oh, okay. Colors are changing. We're getting a little shrub. Maybe not. See what that turns into. Oh, look at the colors on this one. Like very cool things happening here on this umbrella.
Oh boy.
And what have we got over here? Oh, I just thought of a sandcastle. That would be kind of fun to make. Good thing I'm not doing this. I would have changed my mind with 3 minutes to go.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. Stop running code as I type.
Oh yeah,
My PC going insane.
Let's see what we got here.
No, I don't think I can do that in under 3 minutes.
We've got a guess of turtle. Oh, it could be a turtle. It could be a little turtle.
Oh,
Oh
these
wait,
are
no.
all, like,
Look at the colors
evolving.
have changed now. It's looking more like maybe a picnic basket or something.
We need
people are commenting in their. I see a comment in the code about what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. We had quite the
right.
like Udemy had a thing. It was a big white blob for a second. Then it looked like maybe a cloud. Then an iceberg. Then a turtle. And now it's looking like maybe more
morphology.
Yeah, it was quite the sequence. But it could be watermelon. That's true. Watermelon. I'm excited to eat after this. Yeah, the waving umbrella animation is very cool indeed. What else we got going on here? Some interesting, like I like the shapes going on here in the terrain. Very cool. And then we've got a corner sun appearance. It looks like. Also something floating.
Sun.
Cool. Little.
I love that.
All right, I think I've gotten it to where I was trying to get it to.
Whoa.
Cool. These are just about coming together.
Yeah, good news too, because you got 90 seconds, minute and a half.
Uh-oh. I might be a bit
BS Gamer has been yeah, we haven't seen a lot of visual changes in a while, although there's clearly some code editing going on here, so see what's coming together.
Oh boy.
We may need an artist statement for some of these if we're a little bit unclear on the what's being represented. All right, we're about 1 minute left. 1 minute. 1 minute. Here we go. Amber in chat says we are witnessing a sunbathing worm. I could be convinced that that's what we're seeing. Okay, everyone.
Maybe.
Get your last little elements in. Don't break your object. You got 40 seconds to go. Someone's playing Stack It Up.
So then, sorry, it's so addicting.
There was a little memeing going on there, I see.
Wait, hold on. You're right. Hold on, how much
Caught
time?
stacking.
You got 20 seconds.
25 seconds.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
20
take away
seconds?
whatever else is
That's
working on
doable.
now.
That's doable.
Yeah, I don't think you could get in a round of Stack It Up right now. Would not advise that.
10 seconds.
Just
9, 8, 7, 6,
All right, no, it's
5,
not possible.
4, 3, 2, 1. Time.
All right, time.
Pencils down.
Nice job, everyone.
All right.
Good job, everyone.
Changed the wrong thing.
All right, let me get going a new poll here. And
Whew,
so that seemed like creatively a bit trickier than breakfast.
Way trickier.
Yeah, and part of it too is it's like you don't want to. I mean, I don't want to say anything about my other competitors, but you don't want to try and make the same thing as everyone else.
Yeah.
And
which this one seemed like there was more overlap than.
We may have a couple of similar submissions, but
Just
when it's what you think of when you think of summer,
God.
you know, you only have a minute or two to figure out what you want to make.
Yeah.
I just looked at the other people's. I think I might be a bit. Uh-oh. Oh my god, the surfing one.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay, so while we were setting up a straw poll,
Yep.
maybe. Or,
Yep, I've almost got it done here.
Gracious.
BS Gamer appears to be
In distress.
living near the North Pole where there's sunlight every hour of the day.
All right, Twitch chat, get your votes in now. The straw poll is up. I just posted the link in the chat, and then we'll do the internal poll here now for
that,
the
to be fair, that's something that only happens in summer.
So we'll have a few minutes. Everyone, please vote on decide which one you like the best. It's hard to choose again.
Please note the code comment saying that this is an obligatory corner sun. I cannot do Word right now.
Obligatory corner sun. Yes, I'm glad we had some corner sun. I mean, that was important.
The real MVP in my surfing submission was pulling up MS Paint to draw out a stick figure, so I could figure out how to draw it in Replicube.
MS Paint is just the best for small, weird sketch things.
All right, contestants, your poll is up now in the Discord. Okay, while people are getting their votes in, let's take a quick tour.
It's a picnic
of the puzzles the people made. So we've got the unique orbit of the sun. BS Gamer, do you want to?
Yes. Yes, it's a picnic.
Obviously.
Ah.
It's a picnic and like sunbathing, sunbathing and picnicking.
And the sun is just, time flies when you're having
yeah,
fun.
Yeah, time flies. Yeah, time flies.
And when you live on a disc that is rotating, or however that is causing that.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice
So
job.
Before you know it, all 104 days are gone.
Yeah, 104
There
days
you
of
go.
summer vacation.
Nice. Hamstar with the surfer, which I know was kind
I
of.
can't do that. That's insane.
Also, yeah, look at the skill on that surfer. Like, they do not care about the tilt of their surfboard. Like, they are just. Also, surfing across waves like that, like that's its own
perpendicular
skill.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Well, it's kind of aligned. He's kind of hitting the side of them to some extent. You see the waves coming across,
Animation failed
to
to
left a
load.
little bit.
But really cool animation and nice coloring on the ocean as well.
Insane.
Thank you.
BBBs, we've got nice little like tide coming in there. We've got two little. I like the different sized umbrellas. Very cool. And that's a beach ball there. That's just unaffected by the water. Just does not care. Really nice job.
I like the smooth water animation. Taking
It's
advantage
CSS.
of so many...
The CSS is set to absolute position.
Yeah. It does not care. But the number of frames there was like 24 frames.
Yeah,
so that water's really smooth. Very cool. And then we got Udamaze, which is a nice little 2-frame ditty. Look at that little boop 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 boop. And
it's supposed to be watermelon.
This is so cool.
Okay, so it's watermelon.
Watermelon. Nice.
I could see it go both ways. It's watermelon and a beach ball.
Yeah, or a little one of those like
supposed
little
to be watermelon. Look in the code.
I
code says watermelon.
For which is colored like watermelon.
Yes. Yeah, definitely the colors, for sure. Nice job. And then we've got, okay, so we may need a slight explanation of the pole with the cloud on top. What,
That is when you have a minute left and think, you know what, I can squeeze an umbrella out of this.
It's just one of those fancy parasols.
Yeah. It's not an umbrella,
Yeah.
Now we do have a
amount of
distinction
color-
here, though, which is that the beach ball in this scene is in fact respecting the water.
Yeah,
that's cool.
We do also have a corner sun, a beautiful corner sun.
Corner sun, yep. Good.
And we have
Don't forget
wonderful topography.
Look at that. Yeah, there's a real receding shoreline there.
So I'm surprised how good it.
Yeah, and look at that shape. I don't quite know what's going on. It's like a tangent or something. Like
it is a bunch of weird sign things.
Okay, all right.
That was what I was working on the very first time. Like when I was starting out, I was trying to figure out how to get a good drop off for the sand to get the water deep past. And that one
done by this.
I think it ended up being good for me overall to end up having to move away from that. I was just having a hard time figuring out.
You can get stuck on something for a long time, right?
Guys, I need one more vote.
Pizza lovers, nice job. Really idyllic scene. Oh, and there was a sandcastle. Look at that last minute. I think that was last minute. I don't remember seeing that. Very nice
that is
little
a beautiful sandcastle. That's the kind of cute that like.
Yeah, I think that is the canonical Replicube sandcastle now. Like, look at that. Very nice. Let's see.
This might be the smallest
shadow
scene.
here.
Yeah, I think
I
this
do
is the smallest
appreciate
scene.
the size. I think
That's so cool.
doing more with less is so important in Replicube.
All right, let's check in on the votes.
All right, everyone in the Twitch chat and in our contestants' votes. Get your votes in now.
Yeah, last couple seconds here to get your votes in. I see 31 votes. So thank you so much for everyone watching and participating.
Yeah, thanks everyone for voting.
Really great. Really appreciate it. And it's very close again right now. In fact, we currently have a tie for first place. So if you haven't put a vote in, get your vote in right now.
Wow.
We currently have a tie for first place from the audience vote. I haven't looked at the competitors' vote.
Oh boy.
Yeah, on Hallowed Seamstress, I really like the foam animation, the way it.
I was going to say the same.
The little
foam
adjustment
really adds a lot.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
nice. Yeah. We also have foam here too on Pizza Lovers as well. So really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the tide. Both of them have the easing animation where the tide stays in for a while and then goes out and stays for a while. You know, so it's
nice.
like not just a linear. It's nice.
Very cool. All right, let's
Hold on, let me save this. and upload it to CubeNet.
Yeah, do it. Everybody upload your cool objects to CubeNet so we can have people try to recreate your creations you improvised in 15 minutes. All right, we're going to call it then. So it looks like from the audience vote, we have a tie for first place with Hallowed Seamstress and Hamstar.
Wow.
And then we have a tie for second place, Pizza Lovers and BBB651. And then following them is That BS Gamer. And then Udemy. And let's check what the contestants thought. The contestants said a pretty clear vote for Hamstar with 5 votes. Almost
I
a sweep.
appreciate it so much.
And then second place is the Hallowed Seamstress. And then it's a tie for the rest. Wow. All right. That was awesome.
All right, so I've entered those scores. I put the ties as the same number.
All right, so how are we looking so far?
What we're currently seeing on the stream is the scores.
All right, we're checking in here. So Hamstar with a bit of a lead. Pizza Lovers, BBB next. But, you know, really, it's anybody's game. We got what? How many?
Oh boy.
You could get what? 10 points in this next round. So, you know, anything could happen.
Oh, my.
All right, we're going to do our final round now. So round 3. This is the final round of the final event of RepliFest Summer 2025. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. And let's reveal
20 minutes, 20 minute round.
Everyone open a new Replicube project. You know, save your old one, open a new one.
All right.
New settings and stuff.
I don't know if you're all going to love me or hate me for this one.
Oh, just give it to me.
But the final theme is light and shadow.
Oh.
Kind of open-ended.
Interesting.
All right, so let's get the 15 minutes and let's start the final round and go. All right, light and shadow. So you could go a lot of directions with this. Definitely not as, you know, Summer Fun was everyone was like beach. But this one I feel like you could do a lot of stuff. I mean, technically the game has shadows, so you could try something where, you know, the cubes are casting shadows.
Oh, that's a creative idea.
Or you do something a bit more, you know, less literal.
I may not have a brain, but I have an idea.
V8 in the chat says,
I have no idea.
No idea. I know this one's a little. I thought some people might hate me for this one.
Excellent in the chat says, just make a 15-minute raid marching engine.
Well, that's if this was RepliPaint. That would be that's what you would do.
Yeah, I have that one blocked down. I've been working on that nonstop for the last, you know, since the game released.
Sesho Mara coming in with the salty deja vu from some LD Jam bad theme. Oh, you hurt me, Sesho Mara. You hurt me in my soul there because I always complain about LD Jam themes too. So
you know what?
But now I'm on the other end of that. Rough. All right, so we're starting to see. We're definitely seeing a little bit of. I think right now most of the thinking is happening in our contestants' brains right now. We're not seeing a ton on screen yet, although we got some interesting patterns starting to pop up here. Ooh, look at that! Ooh, really cool. Like sort of like these like. It looks like almost like a rock face or something. Like very cool. And we've got cylinder, so.
Oh my god, my chat.
You know what it is? This is nope, never mind. It's no longer a cylinder, it's now a sphere. I thought maybe we had a flashlight coming in, you know? Something like that. What we got here?
Personally, if I was the contestant, I would still be trying to think of
something.
What I even do. Yeah. It's pretty abstract. You know, people might go for just cool shapes, you know, with some kind of a
like a yin yang kind of thing or something.
Yin yang, yeah, exactly.
Well, we may have something like that emerging here. Look, we have half and half kind of concept coming together. Kind of makes sense, like light and dark. Maybe there's something going on there.
Yeah, or maybe something with an object with symmetry, where one half is one color and the other is another. You know.
Mm-hmm. You could do like I don't want to say necessarily, but like that makes me think of several.
I mean, there's tons and tons of ideas for with symmetry and colors. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, someone said excellent in the chat says just make bad apple.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
There has already been a 2D bad apple in the game in RepliPaint, but
already. There's no.
I think it would be kind of cool
if it has more than two states, bad apples in it.
Yeah, It would be kind of cool if someone made a giant cube where each slice was a frame, and then the idea is you load it up and you slide the thing and like watch the Bad Apple play as you like slide the.
Oh, that's a cute idea.
The handle. You'd only get what 33 frames is the max you could do because it's 33 by 33 by 33 is the max object size. But
it would really help me if I could stop spelling return as retrun. If I could just spell return right the first time I type it, that would be really nice.
Yeah, here, let me just post a real quick patch where retrun also works. Okay, just give me a second.
Thank you.
This is what we have the code suggestion stuff for.
Right. Yeah.
My brain is just dying in angle math.
Oh wait, does that mean we got an A10 in here somewhere? Who's got an A10 going?
There's going to be an A10 in here.
A10. Me when I'm tanning and A.
Okay. Oh, this is looking like I'm seeing something here. You know, I'm seeing like maybe a nighttime scene. Maybe an urban scene. Be wrong. Oh, this is kind of cool. Look at this pattern.
If you play Geometresh, you already know what I'm going for here.
Okay, well I've like
I've
like basically never played Geometry Dash. Yeah, I know.
Don't talk to me.
I've seen it played. I'm pretty sure what you do is you touch the screen sometimes, and then if you touch the wrong time,
yeah, exactly. Trust me.
Yeah, and then every now and then someone makes like a crazy 3D thing in it or something. This is kind of a cool pattern we got here. We got some. I don't know
how much time we got left.
Where is this going?
We are at 10 minutes and 30 seconds left, so we're about 1/3 of the way.
Still on good time. Still on good time.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Ooh. What is this?
Ooh.
Wildber's interested? Question mark. Well, Wildber interested noises.
Definitely like trying to figure out. I really like that shape. I'm trying to figure out what it is.
It's a little funny trying to play Pictionary with these. You could imagine playing a Pictionary competition.
Maybe we'll do that for a future fest. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
Oh yeah, that seems like an awesome idea.
That's like both terrible and awesome. We probably have to try it at some point. Well, look at this. I like this. Is cool. Speaking of symmetry, look at this. This is cool.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, is this? This looks like you know what this reminds me of is the Finder icon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That does kind of remind you.
Yeah. We got something kind of cool coming together here. We definitely still have this split concept. Looks like. Oh! Is this the first docs? Someone actually looking in the documentation during the event. I think this is the first time I've seen that today. No, they just misclicked. Okay.
No shame.
It's the settings and then accidentally clicking the documentation. The winter turn animation.
That's funny.
There's no shame if you forget how to spell return.
Yeah.
I love returning.
Oh yeah, look at this. Okay, got a little scene coming together here. I tend to just type ret and then press tab because that says accent. I think that I did put autocomplete in the video game, so you can turn it off though. I know some people find it a little bit annoying. And like, there's a funny bug reported where it will very aggressively autocomplete when you're typing in a comment, and they're like, "Please don't do that." And I'm like, "But then I have to make it too smart. I don't know how to make it so smart." Yes, you can turn it off, Poggle. Poggle doesn't know you can turn it off. Yeah, you can go in the settings. You can turn it off. You can turn it off. You can also turn off.
I tried passing C code once. It gets so much worse trying to figure out when you're in a comment or not.
Oh my god, yeah, and well, Lua has some weird, like the multi-line comments and like the weird like nested trident-looking thing you can do to make like multi-lines that don't like interfere with each other is quite the thing. Yeah. Okay, what do we got coming together here? We got some cool shapes. This looks looking. Oh.
Yeah, I like how we're seeing just different approach. Everyone's doing something different for this one. It seems. It's cool.
Yeah. Look at this. This is very cool. And let's see. We do have. It looks like we may have another. Well, this is not a corner sun. What is this? This is a edge sun. Half face occluded sun. Might not even be a sun. But could be. All right, let's see what else we got.
Calming, and then it's just the competition pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like looking a little more abstract at the. We got about what 7 minutes 20 seconds left, so still a fair amount of time. We got a syntax error. coming up here
It
on
is
BBB's
funny.
screen. I'm sure they're moments away from cleaning that up. They're probably just in the middle of making some sort of
Say I like it
edit.
being double
You know,
that's kind of cool. The bug has become the feature.
Ooh, okay. It's interesting to see how many people have included some amount of animation in their scenes today. I don't know if I was expecting that necessarily. It's really cool. But like we've had a good percentage of animations. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be nice for a challenge like this if you could like change the angle of the sun in the game. Just if you wanted to try and get a shadow shaft in a particular direction. Well, we got like a obelisk or something going on here. What is this? Interesting.
I can't wait to make a horror game in Replicube game. You're gonna get jump scared by literal cubes.
V8 Ninja says, "Ooh, Seamstress is making a pendulum." Oh, that's what's happening there.
Pendulum jump scare.
Oh, look at how the circle like gets like slightly its shape changes at the edges.
Oh, whoa! This is a cool effect.
Can I make a dash? Okay.
Oh, it's flipping too. Look at that. It goes into the opposite. That's very cool.
You're right.
That's cool.
I need to give it.
The question is, how do I connect it?
Yeah, good luck with
how
that.
How do I make it swing?
You just need to invent a reason why you don't need to do that, because you have 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
That is very true.
Yeah, I'm curious what these shapes are turning into here. I don't know if I've got a strong instinct. There's no comments in the code yet, so I don't know what BBB's up to right now. Could be like statue of some kind, or could be like a Easter Island head or something. I don't know what that would. I don't know why that came to mind. It's not really an obvious.
Let's see what happens when I increase my area size. Oh, it actually does stay pretty.
Every now and then you luck out like that, right? Oh, look at this. Oh.
Cool.
Look at that. Replicube now has point lights.
What?
Well, okay, no one. There's no rendering engine going on here. I think anyways. You'll see it.
Point lights. I love games like this where it's just funny.
Oh, okay. I can definitely see what's going on here too. This is looking cool.
Yeah.
And very different.
How much time do we got left? How much time?
4 minutes 25 seconds.
4 minutes 25 seconds.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm actually liking this this theme because we're getting such wildly different things. This is gonna be very hard to vote on. Like, this is gonna be very interesting to think, and it's gonna really be kind of down to preference, I imagine, because there's some.
Me when I like mistype like every single thing.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. I mean, we'll just go back and look at the VOD and judge you, but don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see over the course of some of these people. Like, it was interesting to compare all the beaches.
Yeah,
but it's also interesting to compare. This is more comparing people's creative ideas, as well as their execution. But
yeah, I'm glad we got kind of a balance of different things. Like somewhere there was a bit more similarities, so you could emphasize the differences in the objects or the details. But then now we also have just like, whoa, what do we even make? So very cool. We got something coming together here. I saw some animation happening a second ago. Yeah, look at this.
Oh, I can see.
Okay.
I hope
I think I know where that's going. Yeah, I think I know where that's going. We'll see. We got
I'm rooting for everyone.
Oh my God! It was Geometry Dash all.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, we knew it. We knew BS Gamer couldn't not.
I couldn't resist.
Put some Geometry Dash in here. All right. Well, you better use your remaining 3 minutes to put in some like weird parallaxing background or something. Otherwise,
oh yeah,
is it even Geometry Dash? I mean, come on. Or jumping, but you may, based on the zoom here, probably not going to be jumping.
Yeah. No.
Oh! What do we got here? Look at this.
It threw me out. So.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that is so pretty.
It's interesting that I'm curious. I would like to look at the code because the way the objects are kind of changing is like a rounding kind of thing going on. I feel like because of that.
Yeah, it's like rounding it based on world
pendulum. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like
it's a bunch of weird.
How much time do we got left?
2 minutes. 15 seconds. 2 minutes 15 seconds.
All right, I can code a parallax background in that time. No biggie.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Look at how he spelt return. Return.
This is turning out so cool. Look at these different objects. This is really cool. Wow. Oh, look at this. We got a lot more details over here now. Look at that.
Yeah, this is a very cute scene to me.
Yeah.
This is showing the advantage of.
And look at the coloring on the
small
ground.
scenes.
So there's actually like a little bit of like
Yeah.
lighting on the ground there. Really cool.
Yeah, it's like taking
I'm
advantage
trying
of
to
the
decide
game's
if there's
palette.
something else I can add to this in the 1 minute I have left.
1 minute and 30 seconds to be exact.
Ooh, that 30 seconds make all the difference.
Yeah.
It would have for my fork, so I can't even say that.
So cool. These are so cool. Wow. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness, this is so close. Look at this.
Almost.
Patrick.
It's almost.
There's just a little bit of like phase going on that needs to be adjusted, but I feel like now you almost wish you could turn off the lighting in the game, you know, in an object like this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, so close, so close.
Almost. 1 minute left.
I genuinely didn't know what more I could add.
Yeah, that happens
curious.
for sure. You know.
Yeah,
It's
sometimes
stack it
it's
up.
good enough.
Now this
Nice.
parallax background here, this is actually kind of tricky to do because you need both things to loop on an increment of the frame count, right? So you would need one thing to go like twice so it loops, and the other thing to go once if you want to try and get two speeds that both seamlessly loop. And they've got
Yeah, you need an advanced technique called multiplication.
Exactly. Hey now. Dang. Patrick, you are definitely competing next time. Okay, you are definitely competing next time.
It's dashing now.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
boy, I think
10 seconds left.
Oh my God, yeah, 9, 8, 7,
7,
6, 5,
5, 4,
3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
Stop.
Keyboards down.
Woo.
Show us what you got.
All right. Wow. Good job, everybody. All right,
Final round over.
I'm gonna jump on getting the poll together. This was very cool. Very, very cool.
So everyone can relax now.
Yep.
Audience members, please look and decide which are your favorites, and we'll get the poll up very soon. Great job, everyone. These are really cool.
I see. I did not do anything similar to anyone.
Yeah, this one was really
By the way-
wide range. Very cool.
Look in the VC chat, guys.
BS Gamer replicated a specific cube from Geometry Dash.
Oh my God. I thought it was just the Finder icon, but apparently not. Okay, the poll.
I was watching audio visual yesterday.
All right,
You
everyone
don't
in
know.
Twitch chat, please get your final votes in for your favorites. We'll take a look up close in a second here for each one, but I just dropped the link. And let me just quickly throw together the poll for the competitors, and then we can take a look at...
Good damn. All right, hold on. Let me get...
Please excuse any typos in the usernames here because I'm like I'm trying to get this put together as quickly as possible.
All right, now let me turn on. There we go.
Good job, everyone. Really, really cool.
I can't wait to make a video on this.
All right, there we go. Final vote is up. So let's take a quick look at the individual submissions here. So BS Gamer with the Geometry Dash reference, which we've been told is in fact like an actual thing.
If you look in the VC chat, if you look in the VC chat, you can see the exact
I can probably
icon.
quickly see that there. So wait. Wait, see it there?
Yep.
There it is. Okay, so just let it be known that's an actual Geometry Dash thing. So if that influences your vote. Up next, Hamstar with this beautiful night scene. Look at that. And I want everyone to look at the lighting on the ground. It's really cool. There's like little bright spots where each of these street lights would be lighting up the ground.
This is cool.
Really pretty. Yeah, nice job. Super cool. Very nice. And then we've got BBBs with this like orbiting orbiting, and we had what was coming in to be a shadow there. You can see the dark voxels on the ground there, and just didn't quite probably get the math together where it's like orbiting at the exact same like phase, but really, really cool idea, and the animation's really nice. This is what 24-ish frames looks like. Good job. And then we got Udemy with this beautiful. This is the point light I was talking about. Look at that. So cool.
Yeah, it's really
cool. It was supposed to be
the amount of confetti coming out of
day
the
and night.
screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to retain that shadows became something more like a spotlight.
Yeah. Yeah, but really, really pretty.
I should have just make this spotlight.
Yeah. It's beautiful though, and you can definitely tell it's like a grassy field, and it's got the moonlight and then the bright light that lights it up. It's really cool. And it's so cool to see it walk across the object like that. Very nice job. Then we've got the
that's
triple
really
pendulum.
Cool. Oh, that's getting my vote instantly.
Very nice. Look at that.
Full abstract art.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to see the sort of wobble to the shapes. Depending on the approach, you could probably make them like not do that, but you'd have to go about a different way of sort of placing them. And then the last one, look at this.
How much you could do it even.
Look at Pizza Lovers. Look at that. So it's like a angel devil type thing. Is that
Oh, that's cool.
It's
is that Change of Heart from Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, it's
That's the other
supposed to be it's so there's like for Final Fantasy 14 there's the newest ultimate that came out. It's supposed to be like a recreation of the last phase boss.
The wings are so cool. Like that shape is really, really well done. Like it's so nice. Yeah, really great job. So cool.
I think I bit off way more than I could chew for a 15-minute build, though.
Yeah, I mean that's tricky. Man, I don't know.
Yeah, it's impressive what you got done in that time.
I do not know what to pick here for my vote.
It's tough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I'd try and do something a little bit different. I think the kind of night cityscape, it works. Got the little lights lighting up the ground. I had my mic muted when you were showing mine, and I didn't realize. So I'm trying to justify it now.
Okay, well, we've got 24 votes in. So if anyone on Twitch chat hasn't put in their vote, here's the link again. Last chance, and this is our final round. Thanks so much for everyone participating. This was absolutely awesome. And let's I think we've got the let's get the competitors vote in because I think that's probably done. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so we've got a tie for first place based on the competitors voting for each other, with first place going to Udemy and the Hallowed Seamstress. And then we have a tie for second place, which is Pizza Lovers and BBB. And that leaves Hamstar and that BS Gamer also tied for third place. And let's take a look here.
Nice. By the way, Walva, just to confirm before we look at the final scores, I've been entering these, like, for example, I entered, the first two players got both maximum points, so 6. And then but the people tied for second got 4 points, you know what I mean? So I didn't rank them by maximum, second, and third. It's proportional to the.
Yeah, it's like spread out across the range.
Yeah, that's correct, right?
Right, yeah. I think that makes sense.
That's what okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, let's see. I think we'll call it. So let's take a look at the audience vote. All right.
So as we type in the numbers here, we'll see the final results.
Yeah, here we go. So coming in, maybe I'll go in reverse order just to make it as dramatic as possible. So
okay.
Actually, that's gonna be hard for you.
That'll be confusing.
Yeah. Let's do it the way you've been doing it. Never mind. All right. So first place, according to the audience vote, is Udemy. Nice job. So that's the
deserved.
That's the beautiful light here traveling across. And then in close second place is the Hallowed Seamstress with this cool triple pendulum.
Yep.
Next is Amstar with the nighttime urban scene.
Thank you, guys.
Next is BS Gamer. No ties yet. These have all been distinct. And then finally we have a tie for the last two, which is Pizza Lovers and BBB. So what does that? Where does that leave us?
Oh boy.
All right, that is the final scores.
Whoa.
I think.
Really close. Look at that. Very nice. And
Everyone
Hamstar
did
is
such an
walking
amazing
away
job.
with the victory, and Udemy very close second place. Howard Seamstress in third. Nice job, everyone. This is so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, Pizza Lovers 4th, BBB 5th, and That BS Gamer 6th.
Oh boy.
I mean, what you need to do is you need to go, communicate the glory that is Geometry Dash to more people, and then next RepliFest.
Honestly, I think you have accomplished a greater goal here. Really,
the Geometry Dash revolution.
Bringing GD here on the grand stage of RepliFest.
Yeah, because that's what we needed, right? We really needed to elevate. Geometry Dash. And I'm glad that our massive event put a little light on that tiny little indie game that I hope gets more attention. Anyway,
well, it's fascinating looking at people's different scores they got on different rounds. Not there wasn't a single person who crushed every single round. Different people excelled at different ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, really great job, everyone. This is so awesome. And thanks everyone for participating in our very first RepliFest. This was great. Patrick, thank you so much for helping commentate with me. I really appreciate it. And I hope everyone enjoyed it. Let me know in the Discord or in CubeNet what you thought of RepliFest. And
GG, everyone.
Yeah.
GG.
And hopefully we'll do more of these. So I think we're gonna go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to shout out the puzzle makers? I forget their names. I don't know if you have them offhand.
Yeah, look that up real quick here. So we did have our blind solve tournament at the beginning, and
we got Wallaber, Nanok, White Stream. I'm guessing that's what it's.
Yeah. So the very first one, the Strawberry Cracker, was by Munaj. Very great. That was really cool with the interesting pattern. Then we had Soccer Ball by White Streak 99, and then we had the Aurora by Nanok. So thank you for making those. That was really, really cool. Really appreciate that. And yeah, if anyone has any feedback or thoughts, maybe we can plan another one. Maybe we do like once a quarter or something. I don't know. I called it summer, so we could do every season or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, every season would be awesome.
But thanks for hanging out, everyone. We're going to go ahead and sign off now. See you next time. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Geometry Dash.
Play Replicube. Play